Yeah, this is case number 201 on the calendar in the matter of Harbourjohn versus Neal. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, gentlemen. Have a seat, please.
Let me try to simplify this rather lengthy complaint that I've read. Mr. Harbourjohn, you are a used car salesman.
New and used.
And the defendant came onto the lot. You were his salesman on the lot where you worked.
No.
Where did he go to?
Well, I wasn't his salesman at first. I was coming from lunch, and my witness, this was a salesman.
You ultimately sold him a car. Unfortunately, it wasn't a car that was through your business. It was your own personal car that you had on the lot.
Right.
Not very good business. You sold him that car for $5,500. So far correct?
Yes.
And when you came onto the lot, you told either one of these two salesmen, that you were prepared to spend $5,000.
Yes.
But you couldn't find a car on the lot that you liked for $5,000. But did you see a sign in his car?
No, ma'am.
He just told you he had a car.
Yes, ma'am.
So he said, well, if you don't find a car, I'm speaking. If you don't find anything you like here, I have a car for sale. You want to look at it. Is that pretty much what he said?
Yes, ma'am.
And some more substance.
Yes, ma'am.
So you went and you took a test drive in that car?
Yes, ma'am.
That same day?
Yes, ma'am.
What day was that?
I'm not sure the day in question, Your Honor.
What day was that, sir?
February 27th.
And you agreed to buy his car for $5,500?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much money did you give him on February 27th?
$5 grand.
In cash?
In cash.
But Mr. Harbourjohn at that time did not have the title to the car.
That's correct.
Why is that, Mr. Harbourjohn? Why didn't you have the title to the car, sir?
I had moved to a different location where I lived, and I later found out they had sent it to the old address, and it never came to my new address.
What month and year did you purchase the car?
This was in December.
So 2 months before you sold it to him, you purchased it yourself. Is that what you're telling me?
It was around three months around there, because it was the beginning of December.
Why were you selling it, Mr. Harbourjohn?
Well, we had 3 cars, and I thought we were going to keep this car for a while. But then my wife advised me it's best that we go ahead and sell this car.
Who did you buy the car from?
The dealership that I worked at.
How much did you pay for it?
It was just over $3,000 with everything involved.
So you were almost doubling your money in 3 months. Is that right?
What I was looking at...
Just listen to me carefully, sir. You were almost doubling your money in 3 months. If you bought it for $3,000 with everything in, and you were selling it to him for $5,500, that's a pretty good business deal for you, right? What word didn't you understand, Mr. Harbourjohn?
I was looking at the Blue Book value of the car.
Did you understand what I just said to you?
Well, yes. Yes.
So the answer is you were making a pretty decent profit. If you could double your money in 3 months,
yes,
I would take that any day.
Okay.
Why is it that the place you worked for, Mr. Harbourjohn, was willing to give you such a great deal on this car? If the Blue Book value that you sold him the car for was $5,500, how come they sold it to you for under $3,000?
Because I worked there. And
because you're a trusted employee.
After I worked for...
I'm speaking.
Sorry.
Because you're a trusted employee, right?
Right.
So you repaid their kindness by a couple of months later, instead of selling this gentleman a car off the lot where you work, you sold him your own private car. And you didn't have the title to the car. So you told Mr. Neal that you would get him the title when, Mr. Neal?
In the next few business working days, and he said that he would sign it over to me when I gave him the remaining $500.
And you accepted that?
Yes.
And you took the car?
Yes.
When did you get the title?
It was about 2 weeks later, it seemed like. And we met at the DMV. He kept asking me, well, do you have the 500? Do you have the 500? And I said, I don't have the 500.
You mean before you got the title?
Yes. So I told him, I said, well, since I don't have the 500, and you keep calling me, hassling me about the money, go ahead and give me my $5 grand back. Since you haven't signed the title over, you can have your car back. And he said, no, I don't have the $5 grand.
What'd you do with the $5,000?
I had bills at home that I needed to take care of.
So you spent his $5,000 without giving him, at that time, the title to the car?
Yeah. Can I present this?
No. I want you to answer my questions.
Yeah. Sure.
So when he said to you, listen, I don't have the $500 now, and I don't have the title, why don't I just give you the car back and give me my $5,000 back? You couldn't do that because you had used the $5,000 to pay bills. Is that right? Is that what you're telling me?
That's part of it.
That's all the part of it that I'm interested in. So, in effect, you said to him, I don't have the money to give it back, so then what happened, Mr. Neal?
He then went ahead and signed the title over to me, and then we agreed that when I got the money, I would still pay him the remainder $500.
And then what happened, sir?
I received a phone call from him 2 or 3 days later, and he told me that, you know, he had lost his job because I had went to his job and I caused him to lose his job.
Tell me about when you went to his job. You went to his job before you got the title?
Yes. The reason I went to the job before I got the title was because everyone was telling me that, you know, you shouldn't buy a car without a title or something if you put that much down on it. You should at least...
Did you get a bill of sale from him?
No, ma'am. He didn't have one. He had a piece of paper.
Can I see what he gave you when you bought the car?
I don't have it with me, Your Honor.
Well, what did it say, sir?
He just wrote a handwritten copy, and then he put my ID on it. On my copy, he just had my picture of my ID.
We both signed that.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this says that you paid him $5,000 for this Lexus ES300, balance of $500 paid when the title is given to the seller. That's you. And then it has the tag number, blank, so that's not filled in, and you signed it and he signed it. Now, you're a car salesman?
Yes, ma'am.
Up here. Your name?
Jeremy Collins.
How long have you been a car salesman, Mr. Collins?
About 4 years.
When you sell a car, is one of the things that you identify the car with the year the car was made?
Correct.
And the model number?
Correct.
And the make of the car?
That's correct.
And the VIN number of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you ever sell a car to anyone and accept their money without giving them those identifying features of the car?
No, ma'am.
No. Make, model, year, VIN number. That identifies the car that you purchased.
Correct.
You wouldn't accept this, would you?
No, ma'am.
Your boss wouldn't accept that. Would your boss?
No, ma'am.
If you ever sold a car with this kind of information, you think you'd lose your job?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now you can sit down, Mr. Collins. You got me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
Where'd you get the money from?
Financial aid or something.
So you took your college money and bought presents for your boyfriend, who was a drug abuser and a thief. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Car salesman Vishnu Harbhajan claims Kip Neal owes for the unpaid balance on a Lexus and for getting him fired.
This is what we know about you, Mr. Harbhajan, because what you're suing him for is the $500 that you believe is still owed for the car, and $4,500 because you say he caused you to lose your job. You deserve to lose your job. Yeah, you do. You deserve to lose your job because you sold your own car on your boss's lot. You gave him a bogus bill of sale that didn't have proper identifying materials on it so that he could come back and pursue any rights that he had. And he went to complain about that, which was his absolute right. And if your boss fired you because you sold the car off the lot that was your car, well, that's your problem. Shouldn't have done it. Now I'll hear you.
I never knew this gentleman until that day when I was coming from lunch, and I was pulling to park in the parking lot when the salesman here, he stopped me and he said, this gentleman is looking for a car. And he had spent a lot of time on the lot, and he couldn't find one. Mr. Jeremy here had already shown him another...
Listen to me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay.
Don't tell me the whole story. I gave you the germane parts of this story, Mr. Harbhajan. You sold him your personal car. You gave him a ridiculous document here, which is the only document that you have. Is that right?
No.
Show me the bill of sale that you say you gave him.
I just want to correct a lie that was said here. I never told him the amount of days. I said as soon as I get the title, I would give you a call.
Mr. Harbhajan, if I go in to buy a car, I expect to get something that indicates to me that this car is mine. He gave you $5,000, almost twice as much as you paid for the car, and he got a car that you could come and take back from him at any time. At any time. Because this doesn't even identify the car that you gave him. Now, he owes you, Mr. Harbhajan, nothing. Nothing. You made $2,000 in 2 months on this gentleman. He overpaid for this car. You took advantage of him, and I think it's the ultimate chutzpah for you to sue him for the other $500 and for $4,500 because you did not behave as an appropriate employee. So, Mr. Harbourjon, your case is dismissed. Goodbye. Good luck.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I went out of my way so he could have the car.
I came with $5,000 cash.
He had at least a written statement, what we agreed on.
I just wanted the car and proof that it was mine.
And he reneged on what we agreed on.
And he told me, well, you know, I need the money real bad so I can send it back to Taliban.
Taliban?
To me, I feel like that's the reason he was trying to scam me.
Did he say Taliban?
Because he was trying to get as much money as he could possible.
What is he talking about? I'm not from there.
I feel like everybody's always trying to take advantage of the good guy.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Bowie versus Wiley, step forward.
23-year-old student Lynn Bowie is suing her boyfriend's sister, 23-year-old receptionist Jennifer Wiley, for selling a guitar and a PlayStation belonging to her boyfriend.
Miss Bowie, Miss Wiley is your boyfriend's sister. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
This is the boyfriend.
Yes.
It's really interesting, Bird. I want you to try to follow this. This young man, whose name is
Frederick Wiley.
Frederick, last year had a bit of a drug problem, smoking a lot of marijuana. And in order to get the money to buy this marijuana, he used to steal from his sister. He used to go into her purse, you know, take money, take her stuff and sell it, right?
Yes.
And when she would complain that he was taking money that she needed because she's a working gal, he'd laugh at her because he's an idiot.
Not to mention he was on high on marijuana.
Well, that alone makes him an idiot. Miss Bowie used to buy him presents. PlayStations, guitars, for his birthday and for Christmas, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And Miss Wiley said to her brother, you steal again from me, I'm going to take your stuff and I'm going to sell it and I'm going to keep the money. Right?
Yes.
And he did. And she did. Right?
Yep.
Now comes the interesting part. The interesting part is Frederick over here wouldn't think of suing his sister because he knows that I would annihilate him. That he would get exactly what he deserved. So he puts up his girlfriend, Miss Bowie, who says, she can't sell that stuff. I bought that stuff for you. Got it?
Oh, I got it.
So Miss Bowie comes up with this novel lawsuit, which says, even though I bought him these things as presents for his birthday and for Christmas, I really gave it to him and it's shared property because I bought him the PlayStation so that we were going to use it together. And I bought him, what else did you sell, the PlayStation?
The guitar.
And the guitar because I used to listen to the guitar. So that too is shared property. You made two mistakes, Miss Bowie. When you give somebody a gift, there are no attachments. If you bought him a PlayStation for his birthday, you may have used it in his house. But if the two of you broke up, the PlayStation was going to stay with him, as was the guitar. Because that's what happens when you give a gift. That was your first mistake. Your second mistake is taking him back. Understand? Do you work?
Yes, I do right now.
What kind of work do you do?
Retail.
Were you working when you bought him all these gifts?
No, I was not.
Where'd you get the money from?
Financial aid or something. I was working here and there.
So you took your college money and bought him presents? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
That was your third mistake. Because I want you to figure out what that means. That means that the government was giving you money to go to college, right? The people were giving you money because we were investing in your future. And you were taking that money and buying presents for your boyfriend, who was a drug abuser and a thief. Does that say you're smart? Now, understanding that you did that, and you broke up with him for a while, but then Frederick the Irresistible came back into your life. What is it that's irresistible about you, Frederick? I want you to step up here and tell me.
Nothing.
That's true. Do you work?
No.
Why are you looking up at the sky?
Because I have to think about it.
You had to think about whether or not you work?
No, I don't have to think about it, ma'am.
Do you work?
No, I do not.
How do you support yourself?
Going to school and make sure that I stay happy with myself.
Who do you live with?
My mother.
Are you the only son?
The only son, yes, I will be. Am.
What?
I am. Yes, I am.
Your mother favors you?
Say no.
Does his mother favor you?
Yes, very much so.
Do you go to school 8 hours a day?
12 units. I don't know about
12 units?
Yeah.
I could do 12 units standing on one hand.
Wow.
And so could you. Because I'm sure your mother wouldn't call you the favorite unless you were a real smart guy. So what do you do with the rest of your time, Frederick?
Stay at home, listen to music.
Play the guitar?
Play the guitar.
You used to when you had a guitar.
Yes.
Miss Bowie used her student aid to buy these things for you.
Yes, she did.
Well, why don't you get a job and pay her back?
I'm currently right now looking for a job, so.
Where are you looking?
All over Orange County.
How are you looking for a job, Frederick?
I wake up at 9:30, get dressed by 10, 11, I catch the bus and go at least 5 miles on each bus that I can go.
Yeah, please.
Let me help.
Go ahead.
Let me help with this.
Go ahead, Chet. He has a question.
Orange County?
Orange County.
What does everybody in Orange County have?
A car and a job.
A car, right?
Yes.
How do they clean that car? Most of them.
Taking it to the dollar wash and washing it.
What would happen if you washed it?
They'll laugh at me.
Oh,
No, I don't know. Probably give me $5 for it.
at least $5.
Yes.
If you multiplied that by 20 people's cars, how much would that be? More than you make now.
Yes, it would be.
You see where he's going? Do you understand why we've been this couple for a very long time?
Can I add something?
What?
He just currently got fired. He was working with his other sister's boyfriend, and he fired her. He fired him because
Because he was lazy
No.
and couldn't wake up.
Oh, that I believe. I don't want to get involved with this anymore. Listen, right now he's his mother's mistake. If you choose to make him your mistake, that's your problem. She didn't know you a penny. Nothing. You made him a present. You made him a gift of these items. She sold them because that's exactly what she said she was going to do if he stole from her again.
Actually,
he doesn't deny that he stole from her, right?
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Good. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 180 on the calendar in the matter of Barillo versus Howard and Howard. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Miss Barillo, you found Jaron over here, who is how old? 15, Jaron?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
On the internet.
Initially, I did not know he was 15.
That's not what I said, but you found him on the internet.
Correct.
And somehow went into a business arrangement with him, which you're going to describe to me. He was to provide you with certain merchandise, and you were going to decorate some of the merchandise, and then there were some T-shirts that he sold you that you were going to resell that was supposed to be authentic sports T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And you gave him how much money?
$3,610 in money orders.
And he doesn't deny that you sent him the $3,610. And is it safe to say, Miss Barillo, that the only merchandise that you received is that merchandise that you have there?
These including 2 pairs of shoes.
2 more pairs of shoes.
These are my shoes. I'll explain what they're doing here. But
Okay, what's in the box?
These are counterfeit designer jerseys. The initial 15 pair that the defendant had sent me.
By the way, your defense is she got what she paid for, and I'm a minor anyway. So tell me what you were supposed to get for this $3,610.
I was supposed to receive 15 authentic designer jerseys as well as 14 pairs of shoes for my $3,610. I have a contract if you
Can I see it, please?
Yes. You take notice as well.
Did he
there's-
sign that contract?
Yes, as well as about 4 other people that I'm not sure who they are.
You understand, Miss Barillo, that this isn't a very good contract.
Of course, Your Honor. That's why they took the necessary precautions of sending the money order certified mail.
What I'm telling you is this contract doesn't say much.
A lot of it was verbal agreement, Your Honor.
Well, let's start with this. Contract has to be specific. Now, we're not even getting to the point that young Jaron over here is 15 and can't sign a binding contract. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you understand that?
First time I made the contract.
So the first time you induced somebody to sign a contract with you, you knew that they could not enforce it against you. You knew that.
Yes, ma'am.
That makes you a scam artist. That makes you into a thief. That means you're taking somebody's money knowing that they can't come against you because you're 15. That's pretty slick. Where'd you learn that? From your father?
No.
I'm serious.
No.
Where did you learn it? You didn't learn it
Nobody.
from your father. I'm sure your father, who's laughing, probably tried to teach you the right thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, so if you didn't learn it from your father, which one of your thug friends did you learn it from?
I don't have any thug friends, Your Honor.
Yes, you do. Thugs are thieves. That's what you did. You entered into a contract with this lady who sent you $3,600 knowing that if something went wrong, she could not come against you because you were a minor. You've just admitted that to me. That makes you a thief. Is that what your father raised?
No, ma'am.
You think that what your son did was wrong?
I think what he did with the contract part was wrong. The part about him sending her the counterfeit or knockoff or whatever the hip-hop culture calls it was correct. He sent those to her, and that's what she wanted. I believe just that she knew that these were
Well, let me
knockoffs.
ask you a question. This question, Mr. Howard. I'm not a genius when it comes to hip-hop clothing, but I am a genius as to what people sell on street corners.
Yes, yes.
And if I can go and if I can buy a T-shirt for $5 on a street corner that's not authentic, why would I pay $100 for it if it was a fake? If I could buy a good fake for $5, why would I pay him $100 for a fake?
Well, Your Honor, I believe that she's in that business of selling counterfeit stuff.
If she's in the business of selling counterfeit stuff, why would she buy stuff from your son at a premium?
That I don't know. He's 15.
Well, it doesn't make sense.
He's 15 years old.
Listen to me, Mr. Howard. He's a 15-year-old slick.
Okay.
Are you following the common sense of what I'm saying to you?
I follow you, Judge.
If I can go to the local guy on the street corner who's selling
Yes.
pocketbooks that
Yes.
look like other pocketbooks that may be in my closet, and if I can buy those for $2 on the corner, why would I send him thousands of dollars over the internet?
Because I believe that she thought she could make a profit. Your Honor,
So just a minute. She could make a bigger profit if she bought it cheaper than $3,600.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jessica Borello says 15-year-old Jaron Howard ripped her off. Jessica says Jaron sold her over $3,000 in counterfeit sports jerseys.
How do you feel?
I'm fine, thank you.
You're all right?
Yes.
You didn't have lunch today?
Breakfast. Breakfast.
Not enough. Did you get something?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right, we were on you, Jaron.
Yes, ma'am.
She was supposed to get a lot more merchandise than she got, Jaron. What happened to it?
Well, after she got this merchandise, I told her I had $900 left, and I told her that
$900 left out of the $3,600?
Yes.
No. You mean that stuff? Just a second. Shh. That stuff that she has there, these counterfeit T-shirts and 2 pairs of shoes, cost $2,700?
Yes.
How much profit did you make, Jaron?
I only made $50 per jersey.
You made $50 per jersey.
Yeah, I get the jerseys for $100, and I sold it to her for $150.
A piece?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Meanwhile, she didn't get everything that you guaranteed that she was going to get. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what you want her to do is you want her to accept partial merchandise, and you'd be prepared to give her back some money.
No, the rest of the money was going towards shoes, and the shoes that she wanted, they were $79 a piece. And there was no more shoes in the city, so I couldn't get them, so I was going to send her money back.
So did you send her money back?
No, I told her I was going to send her money back. She told me she had an emergency and to don't send the money back, and I never heard from her then.
Why would I have you not send my money back?
All right. Miss Barillo, were you under the impression that these were regulation, authentic T-shirts?
Correct. Yes, Your
What
Honor.
happened when you went to try to sell them?
I initially got the jerseys. They looked great. I thought I've never seen an authentic jersey before. So they look great. I went to my local malls. I met a sales representative. I showed him the jerseys. He took 2 samples. He turned out to be a sales representative for this jersey company who was working alongside a private investigator. He was trying to get me to go to jail because he thought I was running the scamming business of selling fraudulent jerseys. He found out that I did not even know Jaron. I had nothing to do with knowing that these were counterfeit jerseys.
Can I see one?
Yes. You can, if you'd like to see the difference, the company has actually lent us borrow a real jersey, and this is a fraudulent jersey. You can see the difference.
Real.
And now that I just...
Could I see this, what she's talking about, the stitching on the side? I don't know. You know, sewing was never one of my strong suits. That along with cooking and anything else domestic. Okay.
Well, the color scheme is different.
Oh, look at that. And I didn't realize that.
And the tag, Your Honor, it's very poorly.
Whatever. Somebody looks at it fast, like me, who doesn't know one group from the next, said they look pretty close to me. Okay, so they're fakes, right?
Yes.
Jaron, they're fakes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you know you can't sell fakes, right?
Yes.
You knew that before.
Well, yeah.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
You knew that if you got caught selling fakes, so that they would close you down if they could find you on the internet, didn't you?
Yes.
And did you figure that they couldn't hurt you because you were 15?
No.
Did you think that they could send you to jail?
I never thought about it.
What would you think about? Did you think about the fact you were doing the wrong thing?
No, I never thought I was doing the wrong thing.
Well, you knew they were fakes. You knew you're not allowed to sell fakes. You just told me that.
I know.
Well, then you knew you were doing the wrong thing. So, you know where you got these fake T-shirts from?
Yes, the internet.
From the internet. Well, the internet doesn't have a brain. It doesn't eat. It doesn't go out to the movies. It doesn't go out to... You got it from somebody through the internet.
Yes, ma'am.
And who was that?
It was a website. They said they had a place in New York because the address is in New York.
Did you ever go there?
No, I never been there.
Did you ever call there?
No, I never called.
And when was the last time you purchased from them, Jaron?
The time I brought these jerseys, about a year ago.
Why'd you stop?
The jerseys were out of style. I couldn't sell them. I couldn't wear them.
And you miraculously stopped a year ago? Was she your only customer?
I was selling jerseys to my friends and stuff.
And your friends were buying them from you?
Yes, ma'am.
Because they like the fakes, right?
I guess, yes. Yes, ma'am.
See that box of junk over there?
Yeah.
It goes back to Jaron.
Okay.
Those are your shoes?
These are my
Now you
shoes.
want to tell me the story about the shoes?
This is just initially how he contacted me. I do shoes like this, and I had a pair on eBay. And he wanted me to initially do some shoes for him. He said he did the same thing by painting shoes and selling them.
Is that what you did?
Yes, I did them for myself mostly.
He said he sold them to rap stars.
No.
So that's how you got started. The business. All right, those
No,
are
I didn't say I sold them to rap stars.
Yes, you
okay.
did, Jaron.
Where are the two pairs? I'm not so sure you're completely innocent in this whole thing.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
If you took the keys and you put them in your pocketbook and you put your pocketbook under your pillow where you slept, nobody would have gotten their hands on the car keys.
You put your keys under your pillow when you sleep.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jessica Borello says 15-year-old Jaron Howard ripped her off. Jessica says Jaron sold her over $3,000 in counterfeit sports jerseys.
Okay. Mr. Howard, you are responsible, sir.
Yes, I am.
You are responsible because he's your son. You knew what he was doing. All you had to do was ask the questions that I'm asking, and you would have recognized, if you didn't at the time, that your son was doing the wrong thing.
Right.
So you and your son are getting back all that junk over there, and she's going to see to it that you get the 2 pair of shoes as well that you have. Clear?
Clear.
Good. What?
There were 4 pair of shoes.
Show me that you delivered 4 pair of shoes.
There were 4
I
pair
will
of
buy you
shoes.
2 extra
No,
pairs.
just a
Jaron.
second. Did he give you 4 pairs or 2 pairs?
2 pairs, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I was with Jaron when we bought the 4 pair of shoes.
Okay.
Me and my wife was with him.
Okay, and how much did you spend for each of the 4 pair of shoes?
You can deduct that.
They were 84 something with tax.
Okay. $3,511. Bird, he gets all the junk and she gets her money back. Thank you very
Will
much.
do.
That's all.
Price
Gotta do the right
executed.
thing, young man.
You may step out.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Richards versus Highsmith. Step forward.
Caretaker Algerine Richards is suing her niece's friend, 27-year-old cashier Jamelia Highsmith, for damages to a rental car. Jamelia says a friend took her keys without permission and wrecked it.
Miss Richards, Miss Highsmith is a family friend.
Yes.
And she is a close friend, according to your complaint, of your niece.
Yes.
The defendant and your niece were planning to go on a trip. They needed a car. Ms. Highsmith asked if you would rent a car for her.
Yes.
And she would be the authorized driver.
Yes.
Why did you need someone else to rent the car for you?
Because I couldn't rent one without a credit card.
And you don't have a credit card?
No, ma'am.
So you were asking Miss Richards to do you a favor?
Yes, ma'am.
And she did?
Yes, ma'am.
It was nice of her.
Yes, ma'am.
And you signed that you were the authorized driver on this trip?
Yes, ma'am.
And then, Miss Richards, you get a call that someone else was driving the car. The car was in a bad accident. Since Miss Highsmith was the only one who was authorized to drive the car company's insurance disallowed the claim.
True.
And they are holding you responsible for all of the damage to the car, and until it's paid, you can't rent a car yourself, and you're going to have this judgment against you on your record.
Yes.
And Miss Highsmith says it's not her fault. So you're going to explain to me, Miss Highsmith, why it's not your fault.
Oh, well, on January the 12th, me and Kawana and her friend, Ann, we went to see my boyfriend, and I put the keys on the counter, and I fell asleep, and I get a knock on the door saying that the car was in a wreck. So I asked Kawana how. She was like, she let Ann hold the car, and I was like, so we just went straight to the scene of the accident, and we called Miss Algerine. And from there on, I thought everything was all right. Miss Algerine came to me, and she was like, she ain't going down for this, so I need to press charges on her niece, stating that I didn't give her, which I didn't give her permission for the keys, but at the time I went to do that, they gave me the hassle because I was the co-driver and I wasn't over the rental car. I was just the driver of the car.
Why weren't you more careful with the keys?
If I lay the keys down, if I don't tell nobody to pick them up, should nobody pick them up. That's what anybody property.
Let me ask you this question, Miss Highsmith. As between you and Miss Richards, who do you think is more responsible for what happened to the car? Between the two of you?
Neither.
No. You have to listen to what I'm saying. I want you to listen to my words. As between you and Miss Richards, who's more responsible for what happened to the car?
I still say neither.
Well, let me put it to you this way. She was home in what state when the accident happened? And in what state were you and the car?
I was in Florida at the time. I hadn't been to Chicago.
Just a second. In what city in Florida? Were you both in the same city?
No, we was not.
What city were you in?
I was in Lake Wales.
And where were you?
Arbondale.
And where was the car?
In Arbondale.
And how far from where she lives was Arbondale?
About 30 minutes.
So she would have had to have a very, very long arm to have responsibility for that car.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, Miss Highsmith, as between you and Miss Richards, she did a good deed. You had control over the car. If you had taken the car keys and put them in your pocketbook and put your pocketbook in a safe place, nobody would have gotten the car keys. Isn't that right?
Was in the safe
No, listen to what I said. If you had taken the car keys and put the car keys in your pocketbook and put your pocketbook in a safe place, nobody would have gotten control over the car keys, right?
They was in a safe place.
No, they weren't in a safe place. You told me you put them on the counter.
If it's my belongings, I should tell nobody not to touch my stuff.
The only thing I fault you for is having bad judgment, because this lady is, you know, so thick, it's almost like molasses pouring from here to here.
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing is her fault.
True.
If you took the keys and you put them in your pocketbook and you put your pocketbook under your pillow where you slept, nobody would have gotten their hands on the car keys.
You put your keys under your pillow when you sleep.
I put my valuables away when I'm in a hotel, when I'm in somebody else's house. I don't take off my rings and say, nobody else should touch that. I don't want anybody else to touch that. And I don't take out my wallet and leave it on a counter in a hotel and say, nobody else better touch that. I put my things away. Maybe the reason why you had to go to Miss Richards in the first place in order to rent this car is because you are so irresponsible that a credit card company wouldn't give you a credit card. Because even my 8-year-old grandchild is offered a credit card.
I don't want a credit card. That's why I don't have a credit card.
Listen, no, you don't have a credit card because you probably overextended your limit when you were 18 and 19 and 20. Don't tell me you never had a credit card because you don't want one.
I never had a credit card. I have cash.
So I assume that you have enough cash to take care of all of your bills. Can I see the estimate of the damage, please, from the credit card company? And Miss Highsmith, If you believe
from
that
hers.
someone else is
Accidentally.
more responsible than you are to pay for this, sue them. Do you understand? Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $3,889.49. And if you think that the person who took these car keys from where you left them on the counter should pay this bill, that's what courts are for. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step. Now, this is case number 110 on the calendar in the matter of Height versus Schuler. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats, please.
Ms. Height, it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you in a restaurant.
Correct.
You are suing her for damages, not so much for the injury that you sustained, because she, according to you, hit you in the face, but for the emotional distress that you suffered. You didn't have any medical bills, did you?
A few.
Ms. Schuler said that she did, in fact, strike you, but that is only after you lunged at her. So tell me when this happened and what precipitated this altercation.
On December 27th last year, my husband's relatives were in from out of town, and we went out to eat some Mexican food. We were sitting in a crowded lobby. I had a party of 12, 7 children and 5 adults. And I was sitting talking to my husband's aunt, and this woman walked in and plopped herself down on the bench next to us and proceeded to lift up her sweater and put this child at her breast. And I sat there for a minute and trying to talk to my husband's aunt, and I eventually said, you know, I really don't think this is the proper place to be doing that in a crowded restaurant lobby. And she said, mind your own business, and I'll do whatever I want, and if you don't like it, don't look. So I looked at my husband's aunt, and we opened our eyes kind of wide at one another. And I said, well, at least you could take this to the restroom. And she said, I'm not going in that restroom. It's filthy.
So you kept on going back and forth after she cursed at you? Are you telling me you said something else to her?
Well, I did. I said, you know, at least you could go and excuse yourself to the restroom. And she says, I'm not going in that restroom. It's filthy in there. That shows what kind of a mother you'd be. And I said, lady, I gave birth to 4 children, all of which I breastfed. But when I did it in a discreet manner and never in a public forum like this. And at that time, the hostess came up and told us our table was ready. And I got up, and I had forgotten to pick my bag up off the floor. And when I turned around to pick up my bag, she came up out of her chair and hit me across the side of the face.
Did you sit down and have dinner?
No, we didn't.
You left?
Correct.
Where did you go?
Outside. My husband had asked the manager to call the police, and he said, if you want to call the police, take your business outside. So we did.
And did you call the police?
Yes.
You have a police report?
Yes.
I'd like to see it, please. What kind of medical attention did you require?
The next morning on Sunday, I went and saw my primary physician, and he checked out my face, and the next day I went and had an x-ray of my jaw.
And it was okay?
It's okay. I was in a lot of pain for about 2 weeks, and my jaw, after she hit me, my jaw, it didn't sit right on my face, and I'm telling my husband, this woman just hit me, and I was holding this side of my face because it hurt more over here for some reason. My doctor told me it was a whiplash effect. And she looked up at me from her bench and said, what the hell are you holding that side of your face for? I hit you on the other side.
All right, Ms. Schuler, let me hear your version of the events.
Okay.
How old is your baby?
My baby at the time had just turned a year old. She was probably approaching 14 months. And I had my 3-year-old son as well.
Okay. Tell me what happened at the Mexican restaurant on the 27th.
It's ironic. We had a choice of like 6 places. We chose this place. We went in, and the lobby was just packed. I went up to the hostess, and I said, how long of a wait do you think it is? And she said, 5 minutes. I said, oh, that's great, because my kids aren't going to be able to wait very long. And I turned around to tell my husband, and as she said,
which is the husband?
My husband is. And as she told me that, the plaintiff's husband was sitting where I eventually sat, and he said, you've sat 40 people since we've been here. And I thought he was yelling at me, so I just kind of noticed that he said that and, you know, just made a mental note, told my husband, it's only going to be 5 minutes, we can do this. And the plaintiff's husband had stood up and demanded to see the manager because he felt they were waiting too long. And he left his seat. So I sat down in his seat. And I started to breastfeed Aubrey because she started to kind of squawk, and we don't like our kids to cause disturbance in public, so started to nurse her very carefully. However, when I started...
Tell me what you mean very carefully.
I always am very careful not to be real obvious. I had on a thick, heavy cotton beige sweater, and I get my bra down so that it's ready, and then I get her right up to me, and then I make sure the sweater was kind of nuzzled around her face. And I'll tell you how discreet it was in a second, but when I began breastfeeding her, they were talking to the manager, and he told them, he said, yes, we had to clean the tables. And the plaintiff says to him, and I'm sitting here, I don't have anything to do, so I'm obviously listening. And she says, well, what did you have to do? Take them out back and refinish them? And I just thought, oh, these people are really mad, because that was the second comment I heard. So the man sitting next to me, eventually I found out was in her party. But my daughter was kind of flicking her leg like this, and it kind of got his attention. So he leaned way over into my space and said, hi, honey, what's your name? And she kind of waved at him, but never came off the breast. I had my sweater around. He went back to his seat. I didn't want to embarrass him and say, excuse me, sir, but I'm breastfeeding, you know. I didn't want to I just wanted it just to go. Then she says, well, sure, just whip it out in front of the whole lobby. And she didn't see me whip anything out because I had been breastfeeding for some time. And the poor man says, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even know she was nursing.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
When she raised her sweater, she exposed her breast.
She got so close, she was this close, and I slapped her while I was sitting and breastfeeding my daughter. I didn't know what. I was afraid.
Sticks and stones, but you can't use
But I didn't even
force.
have sticks and stones.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Patricia Height says Sylvia Schuler hit her in the face. Sylvia says Patricia was harassing her because she was breastfeeding her baby in a restaurant.
Go ahead.
So she says another few comments like you should go to the bathroom. And I finally said, excuse me, ma'am, but you are extremely rude. Because I'd seen her being rude to everyone, and now she was being rude to me. And I did have a dialogue with her. I'm sorry, I don't use words like okay, or I don't talk like that. That's not in my vocabulary. I'm not saying I've never cursed, but I don't curse to people I don't know, most definitely. And she said I should go to the bathroom, and I said, where would you like me to sit in the bathroom? On the toilet? I can't nurse my child on the toilet. And I said, there's really nowhere to nurse. I said, I guess you don't believe in nursing. And she said, I nursed 5 children, but I was much more discreet. And I asked her, I said, well, what can you see? And she just rolled her eyes. She couldn't see anything. So my husband says to her husband, you know, I'm sorry if my wife's breastfeeding is offending you, but she does have the right to feed my daughter wherever she would like. I'm not sure of all their dialogue because they were over there. She kept at me. And so my husband turned and said to her, he said, excuse me, ma'am, but if it offends you, look away. And that's when her husband reeled around and said, you don't talk to my wife that way, and I'm going to kick your effing ASS. And then that went on, and I'm just kind of watching going, oh no. And I'm getting very worried what's going to happen.
It was getting out of hand.
It was. And so the manager...
Who's the manager?
This is the manager of the restaurant.
Come up here. Tell me your name.
Peter Holder.
Did you observe this incident?
Parts of it.
Did you observe when Miss Schuler hit Mrs. Height?
No.
If you didn't observe this assault, why are you here?
To help shed some light on the disposition and the nature of the plaintiffs and how aggressive they were.
I'd like to hear that. Go ahead.
Rarely do you have I encountered somebody as hostile and aggressive as this.
Who?
The plaintiffs. They when they came in, we told them it would be about 20 minutes, and for a table, it takes you have to put a certain number of tables together for 12 people.
Did they have a reservation?
No.
Okay. So you told them it would be about 20 minutes.
Yes. And 10 minutes later, the hostess came and got me. I was back in the kitchen and said, this man would like to see the manager. He's very upset. So I went out and, how can I help you? And he says, you're seating all these people ahead of us. We've been here way past 20 minutes. It had been 10 minutes. And I said, well, a lot of our tables only hold 2 and 4 people, and that's who we're seating. We have a place all picked out for you, waiting for one more party to leave. And that's when Patricia, I believe her name is, said...
Mrs. Height.
Mrs. Height said, what do you have to do, take them out and revarnish them? And I went, whoa. And right after the incident, the plaintiff's husband threatened using that language him again, and that's when I asked him to leave.
What did you hear?
I should kick you.
So they were angry?
Very.
Okay, have a seat. All right, Ms. Schuler, tell me what happened after Mr. and Mrs. Height's name was called and indicated that their table was ready.
I believe what got her so angry was that her friend sitting next to me was apologizing profusely, saying, and I didn't realize he was with them until this. And he said, I'm so sorry, and I don't know what's going on with them, and I don't know why they're acting like this. And I said, do you know those people? And he was saying yes, and then their table got called. So he was apologizing to me. I was talking to him. The plaintiff and the aunt stood up. The aunt passed. The plaintiff came over to us and said to him, stand up. You don't need to apologize to her. And as he passed me, she lunged at me and said, he didn't come here to see the likes of you. And she got so close. She was this close, and I slapped her while I was sitting and breastfeeding my daughter, still breastfeeding, and I slapped her because she came so close. I didn't know what. I was afraid.
Well, you know that you can't do that.
I really didn't. I swear to God. I will swear to God, I did not know I couldn't defend myself.
Well, I don't think that is a question of defending yourself.
Well,
but, you know, you can't use sticks and stones, but you can't use
But I didn't
physical
even
force.
have sticks and stones.
Miss Schuler, you know exactly what I'm saying to you, madam. Don't be a passive-aggressive with me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Patricia Height says fellow restaurant patron Sylvia Schuler hit her in the face.
I mean, if you saw a man sitting there and scratching himself because he had an itch, would you have the gall to say to him, can't you do that someplace else? Can't you go into the bathroom? Why don't you go do that in the car? You wouldn't say that to him.
Well,
you wouldn't say that to him. What you would do is you would take your children, if you believed it was offensive, and you would go outside. You would say, I can't believe that guy can't be more discreet about scratching himself.
Well, when she raised her sweater, she exposed her breast, and that's what I had a problem with in a public place.
And I want to tell you something. I don't necessarily believe that that's true. I believe that that's a convenient thing for you to say now, and I don't believe that she cursed at you, Ms. Height. I do not believe that you said to her very sweetly, could you please do that, or don't you think you could do that someplace a little more discreetly? And she turned around and called you the names that you attribute to her a moment ago. I don't believe that that happened.
Can I let my husband testify?
Oh, you can, but I won't believe him either. I don't believe she said that to you.
She did.
No, I don't believe she said that to you. I believe that she kept going back and forth because it would make sense if she said, this is what I'm going to do, and then you came back to her and said to her, can't you just go to the restroom? Because if somebody came back and cursed at me like that, I would say if I were a normal person, gee, this person's a little bit off, I'm not going to have anything else to do with her. But you didn't do that. You came right back and you said to her, according to you, after she cursed at you in a vile way, you said to her, calmly, you could at least go into the restroom. That's not what I'm hearing from the manager of the restaurant that was your demeanor on that day.
He didn't.
Now, that doesn't mean, madam, that you have the right to put your hands on her. You don't. She has absolutely no right to tell you that you can't breastfeed a child, which is a perfectly natural thing. Some people prefer to do it privately. They feel as if for everybody's sake, including the child's sake. The child was 14 months old. Perhaps we could do this privately. I can go out into the car. I can go into a private corner. I don't have to be in the middle of a lobby with 50 people around me and breastfeeding my child. But that's your prerogative. You know, you say it's a natural occurrence. It is a natural occurrence, and you can do it. There are lots of things that are natural that you don't necessarily do, you know, in the middle of Times Square. However, you understand what I'm saying to you?
I do.
I'm not being judgmental.
I'm
not being at the risk of offending the La Leches. I did not breastfeed my children. They grew up just fine. My generation didn't do that. But all my children and their children have all been breastfed. And they whip it out just about anywhere they want.
I'm just trying to get over.
Well, you're just trying.
I'm just trying to get over. I'm not being judgmental.
Well, it's not your prerogative to tell her what to do. And I don't believe that you were hurt either. I believe she slapped you and your pride was hurt. But you can't hurt her. Now, I'm going to get to your counterclaim, because I think that your counterclaim is also a little bit of nonsense, but I'm prepared to hear it.
Okay.
It's for emotional distress.
Well, I have expenses. That's all I'm asking for.
What expenses?
I had a lot of consultation with an attorney because I was supposed to be arraigned on March 5th.
Yes.
I was arrested.
She made a citizen's arrest because you assaulted her.
Exactly. So I was very concerned. I was a nervous wreck. I've never had any legal problems in my life.
Should have kept your hands to yourself.
May I ask you a question? Because I'm very interested in the answer to this question.
Sure.
How close can someone get to you aggressively? How close can an aggressor get before you have the right to protect yourself?
Where was your husband when all this was going on?
Watching my 3-year-old, who is very active.
Is what you're telling me that you were fighting back and forth with this lady and things had gotten so aggressive that she was cursing you, she was screaming at you, your husband got involved, you got involved with your husband, and yet your husband left you to go watch your 3-year-old? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You put your hands on her. She has the right to make a citizen's arrest. So if that's the expense that you want because you consulted with an attorney, I'm going to deny that application.
Okay.
And I think that she had no right to put her hands on you, and you have to be compensated for that. But you have to be compensated commensurate with the damage. If you had it to do all over again, would you have moved your seat?
Well, she had only sat down like 5 minutes before. And
would you have moved your seat instead of starting in with her?
No, I probably wouldn't have.
Well, then you got a problem. You're not supposed to look for confrontation. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to try to avoid confrontation if you can. You know, life is short. You're out having a good time, you're out having dinner, you're waiting for a table. There are 12 of you. According to you, 7 children and 4 adults. You're out to have a good time. Why would you want to start anything that's going to put a damper on that good time?
I didn't think that it would. I didn't think that just kindly asking someone to take that into another part of the restaurant or outside would have caused so much her to become so angry.
Well, just a second. But she responded to you, and she said it's none of your business. Right? Let's say I agree. Let's say that that's what she said to you. It's none of your business. Let's say she used all the expletives. Then why did you continue the conversation with her?
Well, I was sitting with my husband's 70-year-old aunt and uncle.
Your 70-year-old aunt and uncle didn't complain. You did. All right, I think you're entitled to be compensated. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $10. That's all. Counterclaims dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out. In the matter of Barbaras, McGrew versus Pasco. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats.
Ms. Barbaras, according to the complaint that I've read, you and your family have known the defendant from the time he was a little boy. And he grew up, he was in need of a job, and you gave him a job as a security person in your business. So far correct?
Yes, ma'am.
While he was acting in his capacity as a security guard, it is your claim that he stole a very valuable collection of Pokemon cards that you had kept in a safe or some sort of safe place in your place of business, and it is your belief that the defendant stole them. So far correct?
So far, so good.
The defendant says he did not do it. So tell me when he came to work for you.
Last summer, Robert came to me and said that his mother had thrown him out and he needed a place to live and a job. And I've done that before with Robert. I've given him jobs before. So I gave him my key to my building, and I said, okay, you can sleep.
What kind of building is it?
Pest control. I own a pest control
Right,
company.
that's incorrect. Shh.
Look at that. Go ahead.
I said, you can stay here at night and you can work during the daytime. We'll give you odd jobs with the handymen or going with the men, etc.
Okay.
And he did that. Erratic at best. I called his mother and let her know that he was there. And he became irresponsible. We took the key back.
When did you take it back?
2 to 3 weeks after he first came.
Go ahead.
Several of Robert's friends, I don't remember now if it was 4 or 5 of them, came in one day and they said that we're returning your property. Robert stole your cell phone, a gold watch, and Pokemon collections. He sold the cell phone to us, and he's selling the Pokemon cards in Creekside, which is an apartment building in the back neighborhood.
All right, now you can't tell me what these people said to you, but you can tell me what they did. They came into your place of business with property.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when had that property been stolen?
Probably the day before or 2 days before.
Where
the
were
same day we took the key back.
Where was the Pokemon collection kept?
In glass cabinets and in the office.
When did you notice it missing? Immediately?
No, I didn't notice them missing until they came in and told us that he was returning the cell phone and that he had Pokemon collections, the books.
Okay. Did you go over to Creekside?
Mr. McGrew did.
What happened when you got there, Mr. McGrew?
Tried to confront Robert. He ran.
Where did you confront him?
In Creekside Apartments.
Was he in an apartment or was he outside?
No, he was outside.
Did he have anything with him?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
What did you say to him when you approached him?
I asked him for my Pokemon cards.
They were your cards?
Her and I had purchased them together for the 2 kids here and 2 godchildren.
So you went over to Creekside to try to confront Robert, who saw you. You say he ran.
Yes.
But he had nothing with him.
No.
Did you ever get back any of the property?
Some of the Pokemon cards got back through school, through his little brother. He was passing them out.
Whose little brother?
Robert's. He was passing them out. Robert had given him the cards.
You don't know that? You didn't see that. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Did you see that?
I have them.
You have the cards that were given back to you that were in the possession of his younger brother.
Yes.
How old is your younger brother?
8 years old.
Your younger brother didn't have the key to the premises, did he?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, they were cards. I'm not speaking to you.
My mom can verify that, Your Honor. They had given my little brother some cards. My mom can verify that.
Did you ever confront Robert about taking the cards?
Yes, I did.
When?
When I caught him at Creekside Apartments. He admitted...
That same day?
Yes. And he admitted to me at that time that he took them and that there was no way I could prove it.
What did he say?
He said, I took your Pokemon cards and there's no way you can ever prove it.
What did you say to him?
I can't say that here.
Yes, you can.
I told him he's a lion.
You said that he ran from you.
He ran from me.
Tell me about how you approached him.
I pulled up to the street. I told him to get in my truck. He got in my truck. I started to drive. He got out and ran away.
Just a minute. So he didn't run away initially?
Oh, no, because I grabbed him by his arm.
We're not following each other. I'm going to get this story my way. You drove up in your truck to Creekside.
Yes.
Did you get out of your truck?
Yes.
What did you do when you got out of your
He
truck?
walked up and acted like nothing was wrong.
So he
Still
didn't.
a friend.
Shh. So he didn't run away initially.
Not until I put him in the truck.
What did you say to him when you got out of your truck?
I confronted him about the Pokemon
What did you
collection.
say to him?
I asked him, where's my Pokemon collection?
And what did he say?
He said he didn't have it.
And what did you say to him?
I told him to get in the truck. We're going to go
And-
back to the shop.
And what did he say to you?
He got in the truck. Then I started to take off, and he jumped out and ran.
And that was what happened on that day. Is that right?
No, I went back to the shop. A friend of mine came back with me to Creekside, found Robert, trapped him upstairs on some steps. He was hiding up behind this big guy, a friend of mine. And we had the police called.
Yes.
Police came, did nothing, took him in on some warrant that he had.
Just a second. When you had him trapped in the stairwell, was there any conversation that you had?
Yeah, he told me that he did it and there was no way I could ever prove it.
Is that when the conversation took place with regard to the Pokemon cards?
Yes,
Did you tell that to the police?
Yes.
When the police came?
yes.
Did they write it down?
They took a report.
Do you have the report?
No, I do not.
Why not?
Because it was never filed. They don't file reports in Simi Valley.
Of course they do. You don't have the police report?
There was never a police report made, Your Honor.
There was a police report,
There was a
Your
police
Honor.
report made, the officer's name.
Why didn't you get a copy of the police report?
They never filed a police report. They have a number 0018796 of
That's
some
a report. That's a report. Listen!
Yes.
Police respond, they have to file a report whenever they respond to a location. Do you understand that?
Not in Simi Valley.
Simi Valley is still part of this world.
Not
It's
really.
still part of the
Not
United
really.
States.
Not really.
There's no crime.
We don't have crime in Simi.
Everything's civil.
Your Honor, if I may say,
Sure.
he did
I'm
actually...
not ready for you yet. I'm not ready for you yet. I'm
I
not so
am.
sure you didn't do this.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
You understand clearly what I'm saying to you.
I understand.
I have very, very good intuition. Very good intuition.
I understand.
Good.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Portia Barberis and Dennis McGrew say former friend 19-year-old Robert Pasco stole their collection of valuable Pokemon cards. Robert says they've got the wrong guy.
Now, how many times have you been arrested?
Few.
How many?
3 or 4.
For what?
Drugs.
Drugs.
Under the influence.
Using or selling?
Using.
Ever been arrested for possession?
No.
Of course, you had to have them in your possession in order to use them.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
What kind of drugs were in your possession when you were arrested?
I was under the influence of a controlled substance.
What?
Methamphetamine.
Where did you get them?
Friends. Wherever I...
That costs money.
I never...
Listen to me. That costs money.
Sure.
How old were you when you were arrested for the first time?
16.
How old were you when you started to work for them?
17. Between 17 and 18.
How old were you when the Pokemon cards were stolen?
18.
Immediately prior to the Pokemon cards being stolen, when was your last arrest?
When I was 18.
Was it before or after the confrontation with the plaintiffs?
Before.
Before.
Yes.
How much before?
Maybe about 4 or 5 months before.
And what happened with that case?
I was put on probation. Went to jail for 3 days.
And prior to that, were you also placed on probation?
To another charge? No.
One of the 3 or 4 other cases of arrest.
I was placed on probation once, and that was for the drug. That was it.
What happened to the other arrests?
They were just put all together into one.
I
got charged with diversion. I got put on diversion.
You got a forfeit.
I got put on diversion. I violated it. They reinstated it when I messed up and got the other ticket.
Since July of 2000, have you been arrested?
Yes, I have.
Huh?
Yes, I have.
Yes. For what?
Failure to appear.
Failure to appear for what?
Court date.
Don't play
This
with
diversion.
me.
I violated my diversion again. I did not finish my
How
classes.
did you violate your diversion?
Did not finish my classes.
What about drug screenings?
Never had one dirty test, Your Honor.
So why were you violated?
For not going to my diversion classes. They're drug
Why
meetings.
didn't you go to your diversion classes?
No real excuse. I just didn't have the money at the time to get out there. It was in a different valley.
Well, what are you doing now?
Right now, I'm working.
For whom?
My mom's friend is a construction worker doing concrete.
How long have you been working for them?
Just for about a week and a half.
And before that, what were you doing?
I've had many jobs. I mean...
You can't hold
I've
on
worked
to
at
a
a
job
fast
if
food
you're
place.
doing meth. You know that.
That was before that, Your Honor. I've been clean for quite a few months now.
How many is quite a few months?
4.5 months.
Were these people nice to you?
In the beginning, yes, Your Honor, they were. They opened their arms and they did let me stay in there and they did offer me a job.
And that was at a time when things weren't going so well at home. You were using drugs off and on. You were arrested a lot.
Correct.
Did you need money back in the summer of last year?
No. I just needed food in my stomach and a place to sleep.
Well, you were using some drugs last
Not at the time when I was homeless. When I got kicked out, I just stopped using drugs. I couldn't afford it, Your Honor.
Well,
I was worried
you could
about...
afford it if you sold Pokemon cards.
Never stole those Pokemon cards, Your Honor.
You liar.
For one, Your Honor, I was
Don't
never given a key to stay there. They would never give me that key, Your Honor.
Robert.
They never gave me a key there.
Just a
Robert.
second.
No, you guys never gave me a
Shame
key.
on you.
Just a
You
second.
had my key.
Just a second. Did you
Shame on you.
physically... Did you physically give him the key?
Yes, I did.
Tell me when.
When he first came there and said he didn't have any place to stay, I called his mother. She said, okay, I know where he's at. And I gave him my key.
She never gave me your key, Your Honor.
Yes, she did.
No, she did not, Your Honor.
Of course she did.
She didn't trust me enough to give me her key. Okay, one of my friends had stolen that cell phone. When my friend came in there and stole that cell phone...
Your Honor,
he
nobody
had got-
trusts him enough.
Listen, now leave. Leave. Leave.
So the cell phone had been stolen by one of my friends, and I took responsibility for that and told him to go turn it back in because it was my job that was getting...
Just a second. Now we're getting somewhere, Robert. How did you know one of your friends stole the cell phone?
He had told me.
The cell phone was in the office.
Correct.
How did your friend get into the office?
Doors open all the time. They're open 24/7. I was not with him, Your Honor. He had showed me the cell phone. He said, look, I took this from Dennis. I said, well, you got to return it because you're going to get me in trouble. They're going to think I stole it. You got to go return it.
What's his name?
Kevin.
Where does he live?
Didn't see me.
And so you're telling me that this Kevin is the one who stole the cell phone,
Correct.
and because you told him to go return it, he went in and returned the cell phone.
Yeah, it was my roof over my head and the food in my stomach. I wasn't ready to risk it. He was a friend, but not obviously a good one, stealing from my work.
Did you come into some money recently?
Not recently, but it's...
When?
It's supposed to come in, Your Honor.
How much money?
A couple million.
Couple of million.
Correct. For a wrongful death from my father.
Mm-hmm. When was the last time you lived with your father?
I never lived with my father.
I would assume that that's one of the reasons why you've pursued this.
I didn't know about
2 days after my mom had called her and told her about my father dying, she decided to file a lawsuit because she knew I was getting some money. I had seen Dennis in the pawn shop. He confronted me. He said, Started saying all these words to me, bad words. I hope you die exactly how your father died. If not, I would do it myself, but I want my money. It's exactly what he said.
Your Honor, do the boys get to speak?
About what?
About getting the cards back from Austin and the time that I saw Patty in the parking lot and I reached into her front seat and picked up a $500 card that belonged to this collection.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
well, I'd like to know when that happened. Patty is his mother?
Yes.
Okay, let me hear.
She pulled up to the parking lot when I was picking the kids up from school, and I went over to her and I said, it's probably not a good idea, because I had gone to the principal about 3 weeks after this whole thing happened, and I says, it's not a good idea for Austin to be bringing these Pokemon cards to school and are giving them to friends. These are some valuable cards. And I opened the door and I was talking to her and I reached on the seat and I picked up a Blastoid, first edition Blastoid, Japanese. And I says, there's one of them right there. And she said, well, take it if it belongs to you. I said, it's about a $500 card. And I says, no, you keep it, because when the police get around to getting there, you'll still have it and you'll present it to him. She says, well, I still have all the rest of them on the shelf at home. And then she called me and said that she found them in a dumpster. That they had found all of these Pokemons, all these valuable Pokemons. I mean, we're talking $5,000 right there in what we retrieved in the dumpster. So I immediately went to the dumpster. There was a lot of trash there, but there was not one card, not one piece of plastic, not one shred of all of these thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon that my collection.
Listen to me.
Okay.
I believe you.
Okay. Thank you.
How does that tie into him?
She has him in her car.
She says they found him in a dumpster.
Oh,
Do I believe her?
That was weeks later.
Do I believe her?
I know you don't believe her. I didn't believe it either.
No.
You haven't heard the truth yet. I don't have a car, first off. I have a truck. She couldn't even see into my truck to see on my seat. She's not tall enough.
Open the door.
Oh, you opened my door now. Okay.
Hey! We have the cards with his name on them.
With whose name on them?
His name. This is his collection. The cards that were stolen are in his possession now with the values on them and his name on them.
Yes.
He has those.
Where did
you
you
got
get
them from Robert's little brother?
I understand that. There has to be a nexus between Robert's little brother.
The little brother said big brother gave him to him.
Listen to me. That's hearsay. Now, if you were in a criminal court and the little brother were here or in the courthouse so that a judge could say to the little brother, where did you get those cards from? Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
I understand, and I understand the little niche in the law there.
It's not a niche in the law.
It's going to help him be found not guilty so that six little kids have lost their Pokemon collection.
They've lost it anyway.
That's true.
They've lost it anyway.
But at least they have got justice if you decide that he did
I'm
this.
telling you, I've told you that he did it.
I agree.
I believe he did it.
But it doesn't
in
mean
order
that
for
justice
me,
is going to be served
you're absolutely right. Robert, I want to tell you something. There's a piece of me, sir, that says that you are either personally involved or know how it came about that this valuable card collection was stolen. This is a card collection that has probably been in the same location for a very long time. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, ma'am.
It just so happens, coincidentally, that some meth freak who they gave a break to was living in the back room at a time when the Pokemon cards disappeared. Now, I don't believe him that you confessed.
No.
I don't believe him that you confessed. I believe you did it! I would love to be able to make a legal finding that you did it, but I don't believe you confessed. I just want you to understand me. I believe you did it, but I don't believe you confessed to him. He's a hothead. He thought that that would make a very good part of the case because he was told by the police in Simi Valley, that's still part of this universe I'm speaking, that without a confession, you have no case. So I believe that he made that up. But I think you did it. I can't make a judgment, but I think you did it. Only you know whether you did it or not.
I know.
Oh, I know.
I know I didn't.
Oh, I know you did. I feel it, but that's not what courts are about. Now, the fact that the mother makes up some cock and bull story that they came from a dumpster, right?
Good one, huh?
It's a good one. It's a good one.
You haven't heard from me. You haven't heard from me what the story is. You've heard from her.
All I want to know, well, you want to tell me that your son told you that his older brother gave him the cards?
My son can tell you because my son was with me, calling me at school.
I don't
They'll
want to
tell
call
you.
him. I listen to
They'll
me.
tell you.
I don't
He was
wanna...
with me when we found him.
She had given him cards.
And I don't know that they were her cards. They were in baggies, a bunch of them. I don't know that they were hers. I called her immediately when I found them.
Stole the cards. Isn't a
What?
question in my mind. He knows it, I know it, and he knows that I know it, but she can't prove it. So, live with it.
Why didn't she
Case
come to
is
my house
dismissed.
and get them?
Parties are great. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
You're Georgiana,
Yes.
and this is your mother?
Yes.
I'd like your mother to sit down, please. You're Miss Smith?
Yes, I am.
And this is your son?
Yes.
Why don't you have a seat, because I'll bring you up later if we need your testimony. How old are you?
14.
It is your complaint through your mother that you suffered a serious back injury in school as a result of an incident involving the defendant.
Yes.
When did this happen?
September 11th.
And you were in school?
Yes.
Were you inside the school?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
My mom dropped me off. I got out of the car, went to the gated area, and I waited for my friends to get there. So my friend showed up a couple of minutes later, and then he showed up.
Did you know Thomas from before?
Yes.
Were you friends?
We were socialized, but not friends.
What do you mean you socialized?
Like, just talk if we have a class together.
So you did speak to him?
Yeah.
Never had any trouble with him?
No.
Okay. So then Thomas showed up.
He was picking on another girl before he picked on me.
What do you mean he was picking on somebody?
Like, pushing her and, like, kidding her.
In a fooling around way?
Yeah. He told her that he was going to pick on her, and then she said, no, you're not. And then he said, okay, well, I'm going to pick on Georgie then.
Okay. And that didn't bother you because you knew he was fooling around?
Yes.
So when he said, I'm going to pick on Georgie, what, did he do anything?
He started hitting me.
Where did he hit you?
Right here and like this.
Well, I want you to tell me whether he was hitting you or just...
Slapping.
Was he laughing, smiling?
Smiling.
And you?
I was laughing at first.
So you were laughing at first. So you knew he wasn't hurting you. It was just fooling around.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
And then we were walking to first period, and he was still hitting me.
When you say he was still hitting you, how was he hitting you?
Slapping me.
Where?
Like on the arm and right here, like this. And we got to the building, we're inside, and I finally got the nerve to hit him back with my backpack.
Tell me how you did that.
I swung around twice, and I didn't get him the first time, but I got him the second time, I think around the below stomach area. I guess that made him mad, I don't know. And then I turned around to just get away from him, and I thought he would quit. And so I turned around to go get a drink of water.
Let's stop there for a moment. Up until that time, it was really just messing around, wasn't it?
Yes.
Up until that time, he was really messing around with you. Wasn't hurting you. You were fooling around because you certainly were with enough people so that you could have said to them, somebody help me, he's hurting me. He wasn't hurting you, right?
No.
And you didn't intend to hurt him when you swung at him with the backpack. You were messing around.
Yes.
When you swung the first time and missed, did you say anything to him or did he say anything to you?
No.
Were you smiling when you swung around and hit him?
Yes.
Were you smiling when you swung around and hit him again?
Yes.
Keep going. So then you went over to get a drink of water.
And I turned facing this way, and he was like to this chair, and then he put his foot against the wall, and he kneeled down. And then next thing I know, took off. And I thought he was just joking, he was going to stop. And I landed on my behind, and all I remember is crying.
Just a second. Wait a second. So he pushed you?
Yes.
And you fell and landed on your behind?
Yes.
And you hurt your back?
Yes.
And that's what this case is all about, the injuries that you sustained as a result of falling on your backside. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. You want to say anything?
Well, I didn't intentionally mean to push her, but I did not come down in the football position. Just when she swung her backpack, I dodged it and gave her a little touch, and she fell.
Well, you pushed her.
Yeah.
But everything else that we've talked about so far this morning, Thomas, is about accurate. You were messing around?
Yeah, for like a minute, but then I left.
You were messing around with her?
Yeah.
And then by tapping her, slapping her, whatever. But it was, nobody was angry.
No, it wasn't tapping or slapping like that.
What were you doing?
Like just talking.
You didn't put your hands on her?
No. I like put my hand on her shoulder.
Well, that's what we're talking about. You put your hand on her shoulder.
Yeah.
Didn't punch her?
No.
Didn't slap her in the face.
No, ma'am.
Right?
No.
Didn't punch you.
No.
Now the mothers can stand up. So your daughter was injured.
Yes.
Tell me how she was injured.
She was transported from the school to the nearest hospital near the school. We spent about 8 hours in that hospital before we finally found out by them doing an MRI and an X-ray that she had crushed her T12. I don't know how much you know about medicals, but it takes a lot of force to crush a vertebrae in your back.
Was she in a brace?
After we were at that first hospital for the first 8 hours, it was decided because of her age and the seriousness of the injury that it was best for her to go to a children's hospital, which was a 45-minute drive, which she had to take by ambulance again. We arrived there at 2 o'clock in the morning. They measured her for a full-body brace that went from here to here, had a front plate and a back plate, Velcroed on the side.
And how long did she remain in that cast?
For 3 months. But, Your Honor, I also want to stress that because it happened on September 11th, the incident, she was measured for the brace the next day, but because the planes were grounded after September 11th incident in New York, the brace had to come from Michigan, so she had to lay in a hospital bed for 6 days, living on morphine because they couldn't come until a week later. Excuse me.
You okay now?
She had to, she could not be out of bed without the brace. She couldn't take a shower for 3 months. I had to sponge bathe her every day. Anytime she needed to go to the bathroom, I had to put the brace on her and help her to the restroom. Plus, I was working full-time still, taking care of my daughter with a broken back.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 14-year-old Georgiana Hilaire says classmate Thomas Gray injured her back while horsing around at school.
Don't you believe that your daughter bears any responsibility for this at all? I'm not excusing this young man's behavior in pushing her, the fact that she fell, but they were messing around. She hit him first.
No, she
There's no
didn't.
question. Yes, she did. According to her own testimony, he was at most, I learned a word here, mushing. What's mushing? Didn't you tell me what mushing was when you sort of go like this?
Right.
Right?
Nudge her.
It's kind of nudging. That's what he was doing to her. And even according to her, didn't hurt her. She was smiling, he was smiling, she was with a bunch of kids. She wasn't in danger. He hadn't hit her. She hit him with her backpack. And she swung several times with her backpack. That's not excusing what happened. I mean, he could have walked away. Probably should have walked away. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
This was not an assault. This was kids fooling around on their way to class. And unfortunately, one of them got seriously injured. Were you suspended from school?
I was expelled for 2 semesters.
What about you?
I was out of school for 3 months.
Was your son arrested for assault?
No, ma'am.
Of course not, because this wasn't an assault. So what I want to know now is, what were your out-of-pocket expenses with regard to this
I have
unfortunate
copies
incident?
of the medical bills.
No, I want to know what your out-of-pocket expenses were. I assume you have insurance.
Yes.
Good. So what were your out-of-pocket expenses for her medical care, not your work loss or anything else?
I didn't calculate any of that, and I haven't paid any of the bills yet because there was a problem with the insurance.
So you don't know?
No.
So I can't tell what your medicals will be, if any. It may be that the insurance is going to cover everything. You have to know that you were partially responsible.
I know.
Good. I'm glad you know that. What responsibility do you believe, if any, that you have to compensate the plaintiff for the injury she sustained?
Well, I think it was all an accident and that it could have been prevented, but I wasn't thinking at the time. Like, I apologized to her, and I really regret for what I did, but if I can take it back, I would.
You didn't mean to hurt her, did you?
No, ma'am.
How long had your son been in that school?
The beginning of September in school.
Did you just start that school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your Honor, they were in school 6 days when this happened.
Yeah, a
Okay,
couple
but
of weeks.
was this the first year that you were in that school?
Yes, ma'am.
You were just starting high school?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and as a result of that, you were expelled for 2 semesters.
Yes, ma'am.
That's his punishment. And you're back in the school now.
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes when you fool around, one person gets injured more than another. That doesn't mean a lawsuit. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Thank
Parties
you,
are
Your Honor.
excused. You may step out.
Unfortunately, like Judge Judy said, someone got hurt.
I've been struggling with this ever since it happened on September 11th.
Horseplay, not the thing to do.
Playing around is not playing around when somebody gets hurt as badly as she did.
I'm very sorry that it happened.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Henry versus Goss. Step forward, please.
23-year-old student Danielle Henry is suing her former roommate, 22-year-old waitress Nancy Goss, for damages to her apartment caused by Nancy's Chihuahua.
Miss Henry, according to your complaint, the defendant became your roommate. She moved in with a dog. It's her boyfriend's dog, a little Chihuahua. I assume you're not roommates anymore, is that right?
No, ma'am.
And you claim that her dog destroyed your carpet. You want her to reimburse you for the carpet. She said you had a dog too, and the dogs were equally responsible for the damaged carpet. When did she move in with you, Miss Henry?
It was in June 2001.
And you have a dog?
Yes, I do.
What kind of a dog do you have?
It's a Chihuahua as well. It's a 4-year-old Chihuahua, ma'am.
And you were bringing your boyfriend's dog?
Yes, ma'am, because of her Chihuahua.
Okay, what kind of damage do you allege her dog did to your carpet?
Her dog chewed a hole in her bedroom in which she already knew about and cleaned up and didn't tell me about.
Chewed a hole?
Yes, ma'am. I have pictures.
All right.
Pictures of the carpet, pictures of the dog, pictures of other damages the dog's done.
I have better pictures if you'd like to see.
I'm not interested in seeing all the doggy pictures, although they're adorable, but I'm really busy today. Are these the only... Is this the damage that you're talking about just on one page?
As far as the carpets, ma'am?
Yeah, as far as the carpets.
We also have the lawn that was destroyed, and my stereo cables were also chewed up. Boxes and...
Did you replace them?
She did. Her fiancé, Brandon, did.
So we're only talking about carpet?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm looking at the carpet. And how do you know her dog did this damage?
Ma'am, her dog was a puppy, and when it first moved in, it was really young and didn't destroy anything, but eventually it started to destroy things through the month of August and September. I confronted Miss Goss about this, about the damages, and that she needed to replace them, and that the dog would need to be contained when we're not home, being that the damages continued, and that's when she assaulted me.
Did I ask a question there that she answered?
I don't know if she ever really got to it.
How do you know her dog did the damage instead of both of your dogs doing the damage?
I lived in the apartment for a year before Miss Goss lived there, and there was no holes in the rugs ever, and my dog has never done anything as far as damages. I also lived in another apartment, which I got my full and complete deposit back, so my dog never destroyed anything there as well.
Okay, did your dog eat up the carpet?
No.
Make little holes in the carpet?
No, there's no way possible. I mean, it's just unreal. I mean,
let's go back. Let's go back a second. All right. Of course, there's a way possible.
Well, yeah.
One of the holes that I saw in this book, in her scrapbook of dog, was in your bedroom.
Yes, ma'am.
When you moved into the bedroom, I assume there was not a hole in the carpet.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you moved out, there was a hole in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, she must have at some point told you or had a discussion with you about the hole in the bedroom carpet.
No.
She never had a discussion with you about the hole in the bedroom carpet?
Your Honor, that's a lie.
No, it's not.
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what was the argument about on September 10th?
Me and my fiance just got back from uptown. She was in the kitchen. We recycled, and I came walking in, and she was like, "Hercules chewed up my computer wires," and I'm like, "Well, Danielle, you know, if he did that, then I would replace them." And she kept on and on and on and on. I was like, "Danielle, leave it alone."
No. Just a second. Listen to me. She said that your dog destroyed the computer, chewed the computer wires, and you said, "My boyfriend will replace them." So I assume you knew that it was true, because when you have a little dog, that's what I have, you see where their favorite spots are to go. So you've probably seen your dog chewing on wires. Right.
Wires, not
wires.
carpet.
So you probably knew that your dog did that kind of damage. Then you said she went on and on and on and on and on. I want to know what the on and on and on and on was. That's the important part.
You need to lock up Hercules.
Okay.
Didn't ask. If she would have asked, it would have been fine. But she did not ask. She is very demanding. That's how she wants it done. It's her way or no way.
Okay.
All
now,
she had to do was ask.
Was this the first time she had asked you or told you that your dog had destroyed something in the house?
No.
No. So she had told you that the dog had done other damage in the house?
To wires.
To wires. But when you came home on this day, she said, Again, your dog was at the wires. And this time it was to what kind of system?
It was a stereo.
Stereo system.
And a laptop cord.
All right. So then she was saying to you, you have to contain the dog, because it was not the first time that the dog had caused damage. And then there was an altercation, some sort of. And then you moved out, I assume, in September?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you get any sort of an estimate on putting a patch there?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was it?
Oh, I'm sorry, not as far as a patch. Miss Goss tried to patch the carpet, in which she spoke with the landlord about that. And so when that wouldn't work, that's when she decided that it could have been either dog.
Oh, so you
May I
did.
say something?
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold
I
it.
have it in her letter.
Hold it.
I have it in her letter, ma'am.
So you knew about the carpet, Ms. Goss, and you spoke to the landlord about patching it?
Okay, this is the situation.
Just
None
answer
of the
my
carpet.
question. Just answer my question. You knew about the carpet and you discussed with the landlord
About patching it.
about patching
Yes.
it. And did you try to patch it?
He said that the landlord's wife, said that Danielle preferred to have new carpet while staying there. I asked him again. I said, can we patch it? He said it can be done, but I'd rather not.
Not patch it?
Not patch it.
Then you got to replace it. Period. I mean, I know what we're doing here. I initially thought when I looked at these papers, well, how can you tell what damage is caused by what dog? This was in your bedroom. You clearly at some point acknowledged that it was your dog's fault because you went to the landlord and said, look, I'll fix it, I'll patch it.
We were talking about both patches, not just the bedroom.
I'm just talking about the bedroom. I'm discarding the living room. I saw the living room, the tear in the living room. And who knows, maybe your dog started it and her dog went over it. Well, that might be a good idea. I'd like a little taste of that. That's a possibility, but certainly not in your bedroom. What's the cost of the new carpeting in her bedroom, former bedroom only?
The landlord just gave us the estimate for the complete and full bedroom, living room.
The
It's all one
whole
rug.
apartment is being replaced.
No, that's, well,
with
she's
the
not going to pay for that.
677.
She's not going to pay for that. How large is your bedroom?
What would you say? I'm not good with
About a 12 by 12.
12 by 12. So he says.
All right, so probably your bedroom, considering the cost of this carpet, which is not really high-quality carpet for all of those rooms.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so it's probably not more than $150. Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Has been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Valenzuela, the defendant is your son.
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
According to your complaint, your son was driving your car and he had an accident. As a result of the accident, your car was totaled.
Yes.
The insurance company gave you some $1,800 for the car, is that right?
Actually, it's $1,187.81 was the offer.
You want your son to pay the difference between what you're going to accept from the insurance company and the blue book value of the car.
Yes. Honest, to begin with, Your Honor, I don't really care about the money. My wife and I are both here to hopefully, with your help, teach my son a lesson. Teach him to be a responsible adult instead of a young kid, 19 going on 14.
Well, the first thing, Mr. Valenzuela, is you have to teach your child is that if you have family disputes, you keep them within the family and you don't go to court. That's number one.
That's the first thing we tried.
Okay. Because going to court with a child is usually
The hardest thing we've done.
Well, it's a hard thing to do, and it's not only a hard thing to do, it usually doesn't promote family harmony in the long run. But that's really what you want. You want him, according to your papers, to pay the difference between what the value of the car was and what your insurance company is prepared to give you.
That's what I put in the thing.
And the defendant says that he was given a settlement. Is that right?
Yes.
For this accident. And after he finished paying the attorney's fees and the fees to the doctor that probably the lawyer sent you to, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, very much so.
Just pay attention. After you finished paying the lawyer and after you finished paying the chiropractor that he probably sent you to, he sent you to a chiropractor?
Yes.
How did I know that?
You the boss, applesauce?
Yeah. That you got $1,600 for your pain and suffering, and it's your pain and suffering, and your father should not be entitled to any of that. That's your defense, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tell me about the accident, sir. When did you have this accident?
January 28th, 2000.
Okay.
And I asked to borrow my father's car to go pick up one of my friends. And I was going along and I was driving, and this guy just pulled out in front of me and made me swerve out of the way, and I ended up hitting one of the power poles or whatever there. And then,
what company did you settle with? Your father's insurance company or the other car's insurance company?
They had the same insurance company, actually.
Well, who did you sue?
His insurance company, I guess.
I'm
guessing.
asking you, sir.
His insurance company.
The other person's
Yes,
insurance
yes.
company. And the other person's insurance settled with you.
Yes. For pain and suffering I endured.
No, I understand that. But
Yes.
if they settled with you, that must have meant that they found that the other car was at fault. Is that right?
Yes, they found that their driver was 25% at fault, and my son was 75% at fault.
Oh, do you have those papers?
What percent?
This is the police report, and here's the liability right there.
I don't know anything about those percents.
You don't know anything about anything.
Like I said, Your
You had a
Honor,
lot of pain and suffering? I want you to tell me all about your pain and suffering. First, I want you to tell me, after this happened, when did your pain and suffering start?
The next morning I had whiplash in the neck.
Tell me all about it.
When I woke up, my neck was just like, I couldn't even really move at all. Like it was hard for me to move. Like every movement was pain for me.
So,
and then,
and how old were you at the time?
18.
What were you doing at the time? Were you working, going to school?
Oh, I was a student.
You were a student?
Yeah, high school
Where?
student.
Cal Poly Pomona.
I was going to Apple Valley High School.
No, don't look at him. Look at me. Look at me. So
Okay,
you were
I was going to Apple Valley High
school.
School. I was a high school student the date of the accident. And the pain that I endured...
Did you go to school the following week?
Yes, I think so. I'm not
When did you go to see a lawyer?
I'm not sure.
Try to think.
Within the week or so?
Approximately about 3 to 4 weeks after that.
And how many visits to the doctor did he have between the time of the accident and the time you went to see a lawyer?
About 3 or 4 times.
Before you went to the lawyer?
Yes.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, with honors.
Perfect, which means that you didn't miss too much school because of all of this pain and suffering, right?
No.
Mr. Valenzuela,
Yes.
Mercury Insurance, I gather, insures both you and the other car.
Yes,
Is that
they do,
right?
Your Honor.
Well, Mercury Insurance Company did pay him in settlement to settle a claim for what they perceive to be his pain and suffering. You are not entitled to that.
Okay.
According to him, he got a net check of $1,600.
Neck and back.
Oh, I feel so sorry for you. The accident was mostly your fault. What do you want me to do? Throw you a party? A pity party?
He pulled out in front of me.
If you weren't going so fast, sir, you wouldn't have hit a pole. You're supposed to drive defensively. You're supposed to be able to stop on a dime.
I saved his life by not hitting him.
I'm not going behind what they found. This was your insurance company and their insurance company. You had the same insurance company. They found that you were 75% at fault. You were 75% at fault in causing the accident. And now I don't know whether they checked skid marks or whether they checked your odometer. I don't know what they did. But that's what they found. So if you were injured because you were going too fast in a car, and you must have been going pretty fast if you totaled the car, then that's what happens. Then you get a backache and a neck ache. What do you want me to do? Cry for you? You look pretty healthy to me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Danny Valenzuela says his son, Danny Valenzuela Jr., needs to be responsible for totaling his car. Danny Sr. claims his son has received a settlement for the accident and refuses to hand over any money.
What are you doing now?
Working.
What kind of work are you doing now, Mr. Valenzuela?
Sales.
What kind of sales?
Sporting goods store.
What kind of things are you selling?
Basketballs, tents, you know.
Things that you have to move around a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So clearly you are not totally incapacitated, right? As a result of this pain and suffering brought on mostly by yourself?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, right. Sir, if you have an 18-year-old child and you let him drive your car,
Yes.
you have to either have a lot of insurance or you don't let him drive your car.
Yes. The
That's
thing
what
where we started with this, though, was when he had the accident, I got him to the doctor and everything. During the next 2 weeks, he goes, Dad, I feel really bad about it. What I'm going to do is make it up to you and Mom. Whatever I get from the insurance, I'm going to make up the difference. I'm working. I'll pay you guys back for the car. Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. I said, you sure? I was really, I was impressed. My son's being responsible. 2 years later, he finally gets a settlement. I call him and said, hey, you got a letter here. He reads it, goes, I'm going to sign, settle. Saturday comes, he gets a check. I call him again. I paid him. I said, you got your check? Comes home, says, I'll be right back. That was the end of September. The first time I seen him since then.
What happened? Shh. What happened?
Well, I got the check.
Yeah. Please. So I'm asking you.
I really can't say.
Oh, yes, you can. That's why you're here.
Well, this was money coming to my personal injury. This was a settlement for pain and suffering I endured.
Listen! But for the fact that you were out and your father let you borrow his car, you would not have been in a position to hurt yourself or to destroy his car. He didn't have anything to do with it but say, okay, you can borrow my car. Right? Not his fault. Most of this accident was caused by your negligence. And all your father is saying to you, hey, stop touching your nose and look at me. All your father is asking you to do is to be responsible. Because you said to him, I feel terrible about what happened to your car, and whatever it is, I'm going to make it up to you. Whether it's from the insurance settlement if I get one, or from a job that I have, whatever.
I'm sorry someone else made me crash your car. That's what I'm sorry for.
Mr. Valenzuela, you ain't getting it. Are you just thick? Your father and your mother are home. But for the fact that you were out in their car, they would have their car. Now, whether you feel a moral obligation, which you probably should, I'm sure your parents are hardworking people, just from a moral perspective, if you said to them, I want to make it up to you, which was the right thing to do, and then a couple of years go by, and you say, well, now I got the check, forget about my moral obligation. All he wants you to do is to be a man.
Exactly.
I don't have $5,000 to just... Here,
there's no
Pop.
way. No. If you got a check and the whole check you got from them was $1,600, father's not looking for $5,000. Maybe what he puts here, but wasn't even your agreement with him. That's not even what you said to him. You said to him, "I'll give you the money when I settle with the insurance company." Isn't that what you said to him?
Yeah.
So why didn't you do that?
Because I think that whole check I deserved for myself. I think my neck and back pains was something I went through. He didn't go through that. I was in pain.
You caused it.
But I was in pain, though. I was in pain.
Just a second. You caused yourself to be in pain.
So then I caused myself to have that check.
Oh.
I don't think you're going to get through.
What? I'm not going to get through.
Now you see, that's what we go through.
No, Mr. Valenzuela, you're not going to get through to him. Either he just decided that he's going to stonewall me, or he's pretty stupid. I don't know which one.
Actually, he's a very smart, charismatic young man.
Listen,
But
let me tell you something
he's
about
just not growing
charismatic.
up.
Let me tell you about
First nice thing he
charismatic.
said
He
to me
doesn't do a
once.
thing for me. He doesn't do a thing for me. Because right now I'm not sure whether he's a wise guy or just plain dumb. Because the last comment that he made to me, if I caused the accident, then I should get the insurance money. Isn't that what he said? Something like that? That's what he said. If I caused the accident, I should get the insurance. What? He earned it.
He earned it.
He earned it. He earned it. Bird would ordinarily be on the side of a teenager. Bird likes teenagers. He really is all for teenagers. He thinks they're all terrific. And me, I'm not so sure. But Bird, he loves teenagers. Me, I like them medium rare. You got $1,600? You told your father you would give him the insurance proceeds? You changed your mind. There's no basis for you to change your mind, sir. You made an agreement with your father. That's what you have to give him. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,600. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
What did I do wrong? Someone else forced me into an accident, and then all of a sudden I'm here in court, and it's like a case all of a sudden. I don't know what I did. I still don't know what I did wrong.
I didn't really care about the money. It just his actions. And I told him, grow up.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Sue versus Coran. Step forward, please.
25-year-old loan officer Misty Sue is suing the father of her child, 24-year-old corporate trainer Robert Coran Jr., for unpaid utility bills and for half of a down payment on a car.
Miss Sue, the defendant is your former boyfriend. You have a child together, a baby. How old is the baby?
4 months.
According to your complaint, there was a time when you lived together briefly, and he left owing you certain bills, which is just a couple of $100s. You also claim that you purchased a car together, which he took, and you put down the down payment on the car. He's paid you back some of the down payment, but he still owes you, according to you, I believe, what, $600 on the down payment. He says the down payment was a gift and that he owes you nothing. Right?
Yes.
When did you live together? From when till when?
Middle of April to August 19th.
Who was paying your rent?
I paid for the first month that I was in maternity. He paid for the second part of my maternity.
So he paid the rent?
One time, yes.
And how much was that?
$400.
Were you living there from April to August?
Off and on. After the baby was born, yes. I was there predominantly. The only thing is, she said I only paid 1 month during those months. And the money that she did have, she'd had enough to pay her June rent, but July and August were covered by myself. There was such a limited amount of money by the time she had the baby coming in. She was only working, maybe it was 8 hours. Sometimes it would be 12 in the course of a week.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Coren? Are you paying child support regularly now?
The judge just set all that in motion.
What do you mean all that in motion?
We had an agreement outside of, before child support, she tells me, okay, I need this or I need that, but we went last week.
To finalize an order, a set order.
What she had us do is we come in there, we write down a percentage of what we each work and what he would be paying. Well, he decided that what he has to pay is too much. He has not paid any kind of child support. If you count buying diapers once a week, in which he misses weeks at a time,
no, that's not child
support. That's not child support. So, no, I am responsible for everything.
That's usually what happens. You didn't have enough of a commitment to make a commitment to each other permanently, and then you make this commitment to have a child, and that's what happens.
Your Honor, I have acknowledged that when the judge makes the decision of, okay,
how much,
I will go back retroactively. That's not an issue.
Okay. So if you're going to go back retroactively, I'm not going to entertain these other bills. I believe him when he says he paid 2 months' rent. I want to hear about this car.
I got $3,459 back on my income tax. Both of us were without a car. His car had got taken away, so he didn't have it. We were together at that point, and I said, well, why don't we go and we'll get a car together, and it'll make it cheaper on both of us, and plus with the child coming.
So you put down the down payment on the car of $1,000.
Right.
There's no discrepancy that she did, in fact, put down the original $1,000.
The agreement we had was we were not officially together. We had lived together.
You were together enough to have a child together.
Yes, we had spent November, December, January together.
I don't get into that. You were going to tell me the agreement was what with regard to this $1,000?
The agreement was because I had supported her for 2 months in the Christmas season because she had stopped working, some issues she was dealing with. I supported her with rent and everything.
Is that true?
He supported it with rent, yes, you are correct.
Yes. So he paid what, 2 months' rent?
Plus
1 month he
utilities.
did it. He did not do it both months. I supported myself. I got my food for myself. I did everything on my own until January. And he did not pay the rent because the people were coming to the house saying he did not pay it. So he can sit here and say, I paid it till he's blue in the face. It's not true.
It was paid.
You wouldn't have people knocking on your door in the lease office coming to your door if you paid it.
So your defense is that you supported her for whatever period of time prior to purchasing this car so that the down payment was?
She was going to put down $1,000. She needed $400 of it back immediately. It was as soon as I got my tax money back. But the other money was given to me. The car's in my name. There was no talk of putting her on the car. The insurance is my name. But the arrangement we were supposed to have is, okay, we're going to, if we're together or not.
You didn't say or not.
Or not.
No, Mr. Coren.
Okay.
I'm smarter than you are. I'm smarter than you are, sir. If we were together, because you were planning on being together, this would be a car that was used by both of you.
But
and you purchased this car, was $1,000 down, and how much in payments?
It's $300 a month.
That you're paying?
Yes.
But, Mr. Coren, you can't say to me, we talked about it, and the car was going to be mine. She was giving me the down payment whether we were together or not, because at that time, you weren't talking in terms of not being together. Otherwise, why would she take out $1,000 and put it? I'm speaking. Otherwise, why would she take out $1,000 for tax money and give it to you to put down on the car as a gift?
Because I supported her. Because I supported her, and she knew that in supporting her back in December, January, that I was taking the money that I didn't have that would have paid my car payment, and I lost the car over it.
You lost the car that you just bought?
No. I lost
that car you still have.
I still have. No, I have my Jeep. I'm saying I had a Toyota that I lost. I couldn't pay the payments because I was supporting her.
Listen, if you had made a minor investment, you wouldn't have had this problem to begin with all of her time off owing to pregnancy and confinement, and that would have been a very minor investment. Do we understand each other?
I understand you perfectly.
Then you don't have to worry about all this stuff. You have the car?
I have the car.
Good. You give her back $600 that she put down on a judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $600.
Versus Aguilar. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Williams, according to your complaint, you and the defendant had sort of an off-again, on-again relationship for about 5 years.
Right, correct.
And sometime in September of 2000, the defendant was arrested, and you posted bail for her in the amount of $245.
Correct.
And you want her to pay back the bail money.
Right.
The defendant says she never asked you to post the bail for her. How were you contacted and advised that she had been arrested?
Well, like I said, off and on since '96, me and Miss
Just
Aguilar.
a second. Very slowly, and speak up, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. We had like a little relationship going at that time, and then she came to me with her problems, and she said she'd been in jail, and I said, I'd like to know what's the problem was, and she was telling me that she'd been in jail, she hated it, she was there for a while. So then I said, well, okay, if you get in trouble like that again, you could just go ahead and just call me. I'll post bail for you, only if you pay me back. So,
Baloney! What kind of ridiculousness is that, Mr. Williams?
I never...
Just a second. Mr. Williams, if you're going to tell me the truth, you can't give me a baloney story.
Well,
according to the story you just gave me, you were in a relationship, she told you she had been in trouble before, she told you she had been in jail before, and you said to her, and she wasn't in jail at the time, you were sitting talking in your living room. If you ever get into trouble like that again, you call me and tell me, and I will post bail for you as long as you pay me back.
prior before that, yes.
Mr. Williams.
No, I'm sorry. I said I'll post, her bail. No, I'll bail her out of jail if she get in a problem like that again. Prior before that, her friend called me telling me that she was in jail.
Just a minute. Let's get the time she was arrested, Mr. Williams. She was arrested. Who called you?
Her friend Alexis.
What did her friend say to you?
Well, she told me that Jennifer was in jail and she wanted me to post bail for her.
For Jennifer?
Right.
And you said?
And I said, only if she paid me back. And she said, yes, she would pay me back. She would come to work the next day and give me the money. So I was like, okay, cool.
So you went and you posted bail?
Posted her bail. Right.
When was the next time you saw her?
Next time I seen her was in 2000. I think it was in July when she was pregnant with my baby. That's what she said.
So you didn't see her the next day?
No.
Or the day after that?
No.
Or the month after that?
No.
You didn't see her for 10 months, right?
No. The next time I seen her, I just heard that she was pregnant with my baby. So.
And how did that come about?
She was pregnant at this time, and like I said, we had an on and off relationship.
So the next time you saw her, you found out that she had just had a baby?
Right. And she don't let me see her or nothing like that.
Your Honor, that's
just a lie. All right, so now you want your bail money back.
Not just that, but I want visitation rights. I want to see, Zarnik. I only seen her only 4 times throughout all of this.
All right, well, I'll get to that in a second.
2000.
Alexis asked him to post bail for you. What were you incarcerated for?
In September 2000, I had a domestic violence case, which then I had a warrant at the same time.
You were arrested for domestic violence and another warrant dropped on you?
Correct.
Domestic violence involving who?
My other partner, which was Alma.
Who?
It's another female.
Now, who is Alexis?
Well, Alexis is Alma. It's the same person.
So Alexis complained that you had assaulted her, and after you were taken away and arrested, Alexis called him and asked him to bail you out.
Apparently that's the way it happened. I didn't know that she was going to go look for him and tell him that I was in jail. I was in jail. I ended up getting posted out, which was happy.
Great. And then you never asked Alexis, how did your bail get posted?
No.
No, answer me honestly. Shh. Mr. Williams.
At that time, at the time that I got bail, I was speaking to my mom on the phone and stuff to see if they could get me out. I was under the circumstances that I wasn't going to get out, so I thought I was going to stay in there until I seen the magistrate.
Miss Aguilar, I want you to pay careful attention to my question. When you get bailed out, you see Alexis. A natural question is, did you post the bail for me? That would be what a normal person would say. You're not an abnormal person, are you?
No.
So you would say, who posted the bail for me? And Alexis told you who posted the bail for you.
Yes, she did.
Of course. And what did she say?
She told me that she had gotten a hold of Dontriel and that he had offered to get me out of jail.
Okay. Fine. That's honest.
Yes.
Don't give me baloney about calling your mother and asking your mother and you don't know. That's an honest scenario of what happens.
Correct.
You get out, you say, who posted this bail? Who sprung me?
Correct.
Alexis said, he did.
Correct.
Now, you were pregnant when you went to jail?
At that time in September, I didn't know that I was pregnant.
I didn't ask you whether you didn't know. I asked you, were you pregnant at that time?
Yes, I was.
And you've had a child?
Yes, I have.
A boy or a girl?
A girl. She's 9 months now.
Now, there came a time, according to the papers that I read, that you contacted Mr. Williams and told him that it was his child.
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Because I should have done it earlier, but at the time before I had her, I wasn't sure with myself if I was going to be able to raise her right, so I wasn't sure of keeping her.
So you decided not to tell him?
Exactly.
Now,
3 months after I had her, we met. I let him know that he can see her anytime. I've given him that opportunity.
No, that's not
It
correct.
worked. He's seen her a few times, and then supposedly his stepdad told him that it was all about the money, that the baby wasn't his or something. And so then at that time, he verbally gave up his rights to her. And then he asked for a blood test.
Verbally? How verbally did he give up his rights to her?
He didn't believe it was his, and he didn't want nothing to do with her.
No.
Time,
He asked for a blood test. Right.
Okay. My partner and him went to the place to go get a blood test done. They couldn't get the baby her poke very well. She was still little, and it's hard to get pokes on babies. So they stopped it. They didn't pursue with it. I then told him, if she comes back negative and she's not his, I'll pay for it.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dontrell Williams says ex-girlfriend Jennifer Aguilar owes for an unpaid loan for bail.
All right, Mr. Williams, with regard to your lawsuit, you never had an agreement with the defendant to pay you back the money for bail. Your agreement, if there was any agreement, and I don't think there was with this Alexis person. In order for there to be a debt created, you have to have an arrangement with the person who you claim owes you the money. You had no agreement with her, so I can't give you your $245 back. If Alexis promised to pay you back the money, go after Alexis. And Alexis may then, I'm speaking, and Alexis may then go after the defendant. But you never had an agreement with her to pay you back. So that takes care of that. But I'm going to give you some advice now. If you are legitimately interested in pursuing a relationship as the father of this child, then what you do is you have to go to court and you file a petition to be legally declared the father of this child, and you ask for a blood test.
I was trying to do that, but she would never give me the opportunity.
She doesn't give you the opportunity, sir.
She never let me see the girl. So.
No, Mr. Williams, you're fighting me, sir. I'm telling you that in order to establish rights, your right under the law, you have to go to court and be legally declared the father of the child. You're fading off, sir.
Okay.
Pay attention to me. This is the most expensive advice you're going to get for free. Do you understand?
Yes.
You go to court. They will direct a blood test. You will have to pay for the blood test. She will be ordered to produce the child for the blood test. That will establish once and for all whether or not you are the father of this child.
Sorry.
Then they will decide what kind of either custody or visitation you should have, and they will fix a support order so that you can help support your daughter. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's what you have to do. That way you don't have to rely on her saying, well, today you can see her and tomorrow you can't. That way you have an order.
She moved by every 6 months, so I can never really catch up with her.
Well, you know where she is now, sir.
No, I don't.
Where are you now?
I'm in Greeley.
It's the same place he lives.
I got evicted because...
Where are you now?
18th Street.
So then I would very, very quickly, Mr. Williams, go to court. You serve her with the summons. You'll take your daughter for the blood test, correct?
I have no problem taking her.
Good. And then everybody will have their rights outlined. Do you understand, Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Goodbye.
You're excused. You may step out.
You gotta watch who you trust.
I think it was fair.
I feel like I was taking advantage. She deceived me over the years, saying that, you know, this and that.
He knows I'm in another relationship, and we will never work.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Luff versus Barker. Step forward, please.
27-year-old homemaker Jennifer Luff is suing her second cousin, truck driver David Barker, and his wife Margaret Barker for the return of her great-grandfather's trailer. The Barkers have a countersuit for storage fees.
Miss Luff, it is your claim that a trailer that is currently on the defendant's property belongs to you and you want it back.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendants say that if you can prove that the trailer is yours, they will return it to you, and then they are counterclaiming for $900 in storage fees that they feel is proper for storing this trailer if it belongs to you. Are you related to each other?
Yes.
How are you related?
David is my mother's cousin.
Oh, where did this trailer come from?
It was bought from my grandfather, my great-grandfather, and it was placed on the defendant's property because
It was bought for your great-grandfather?
Yes.
By whom?
By my son's father, my uncle, and my sister's ex-husband.
When did they purchase it for him?
I'm not sure.
When did it come onto your property?
99.
It was July of 1999.
How did it come to be on your property?
My grandfather had his own house in Lake County, and we talked him into, when my grandmother died, my cousin and everybody pitched in and bought the trailer so he could be closer to us.
When did he pass away?
In November of 1999.
What makes you think this trailer belongs to you?
Because I spoke with my uncle, who had part in buying it, my son's father, and my sister's ex-husband, and they gave it over to me. It's in, I have the title in my name. They gave it over to me.
Let me see it.
To sell it because my son's father gave me his share in it, and my uncle does not live here. So they gave it to me to sell, and I have to give them shares.
In whose name had the trailer been in?
The people who originally owned it, my sister's ex-husband had it.
4 people?
It had never been in their names, though. It was never switched over.
How did you register this?
I just took the title down there that they had signed.
Well, let me see.
I don't have that. I gave it to the tag office, and then I signed the title, and they sent that back to me.
Did you show this to the defendants?
No, I did not, because at the time I had only been given a receipt of change of title, and I showed that to the defendants when I tried to go get the travel trailer.
Okay, would you show this to the defendants, please?
Can I explain now pretty much?
No, just, okay. I want you to look at that. Okay. So this clearly is a deed to that trailer.
I guess so.
Okay. Now,
we
so
were
now
never
I'll let
showed
you,
that.
Now tell me.
Okay, pretty much what happened was, like she said, the trailer. We moved the trailer on our property of July of 1999. Grandpa passed away of November of 1999. The trailer was on our property for almost 2 years without anybody coming over and saying they want this trailer or anything. June of 2000, her boyfriend, it's the father of one of her children, borrowed my son's car, and he got into an accident with it. He smashed it up. He totaled out my son's car. I put a judgment against him, which I have papers that I was settled the judgment with him. Ever since then, we've been harassed for the trailer.
Go ahead.
When I sued her boyfriend, that was it. She was harassing us, making threats to us.
She wants the trailer.
Exactly.
So give her the trailer. She's a registered owner of the trailer.
But she never claimed it 2 years before that. That's what I'm saying.
That's not true.
That may be. That may be. And I don't know what took her so long, quite
Can
frankly.
I explain why?
If you must.
What took so long is because about a month after my grandfather died, my cousin, David's son, came to me and said that he had nowhere to stay and could he stay in the trailer. That's the only reason it hasn't been moved in all this time, because he was staying there and paying them $75 a week. That's why I didn't think I owed them storage.
When was this title turned over to you?
The date?
Not until after...
Just a minute.
It didn't have anything to do with the accident.
In September of 2001.
Okay, which is when about a month after my sister moved in with me.
The date of issue, September of 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, it was titled to some other relative.
No, it was titled to the original owners. Were not a relative.
They promised to put it in my grandfather's name.
No, we never promised
and they
that.
never did. Yes,
we
they
never
did.
promised
Just
that.
a second. But it was titled to somebody else.
Right.
Nobody ever put their name in it. My sister's ex-husband just had an open title in his safe and had never changed the title over. So when he gave it to me, I changed it over right away. I put it in my name.
Drug addicts
Just
anyway.
a second. Did they have a bill of sale from the owner?
Yes, they did.
Where is it?
That's at home. I did not bring that.
Shady.
So whose name did you put on these documents that enabled them to give you this certificate of title?
They had already signed the title over to me. It was an old title. They had signed the back of the title.
Who had signed it?
The original owners.
No.
When did they sign it?
They signed it when it was first purchased.
I see. So they just signed it over to...
Yes, and nobody ever signed purchaser.
Oh, okay. Anybody could put their name on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And they told you could put your name on it.
Yes, my
And title
brother-in-law, it was in his possession, and he gave it over to me.
Okay. Now, she has a certificate of title that on its face is valid.
Correct.
She is entitled to it.
Mm-hmm.
She did not become entitled to it until September of 2001 on the date the title was issued. Do you understand that?
Yes.
We're clear so far?
Yes.
Right.
After September of 2001, did you make any claim for storage of the trailer?
Yes, I did.
When?
I filed a countersuit on her, but it wasn't. It was on.
It was after they got my
It
suit.
was right.
No, I'm talking about before that.
No.
Before you got this lawsuit, the papers for this lawsuit served on you, did you ever say,
No.
look,
No, we
Yeah, we
didn't.
unless
had
you
her-
get this trailer off my property?
Right. But I talked to her on September 3rd because she had been threatening my wife, telling other neighbors that she was going to take her glasses off and smack her. And she said that she was going to sell the trailer to some guy and take payments for $2,500. And I told her that I feel that everybody that put money in that trailer should get money out of it. I told her, I said, I know somebody would give $3,000 at least and give you cash. The next day, I went to work and she comes there to take the trailer off the
It
property.
was on Friday, September 5th.
With me not there.
At 5 p.m. That was her first and one and only attempt to try to retrieve the trailer off of her property. No warning. I've come to get my trailer. And I said, no, you're not. My daughter was a witness. My girlfriend was a witness saying
It's
that.
not necessary.
Right.
Look.
Well, just to say that I did tell her when she can make it convenient for everybody, you can come back and get the trailer.
This is just clearly an issue of title, and I must go based upon the title.
Right.
The title to this trailer
understand.
Right.
rests in her.
That's Right. fine.
She has to get it off your property.
Right.
She has 5 days to get it off your property.
Okay, well, I have pictures here to show that it's difficult just to yank this trailer off of our property. That was the other issue that occurred on September 5th, is because it's not that easy just to come in there and we have to make an arrangement. You can't just come in there and hook up this trailer and go down the road with it.
No, so we're going to fix a date.
Okay, well,
What date do you want them to come and move the trailer?
Well, he's going back on the road to go back to work pretty soon.
You want to do it Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
All right, the court will draft an order indicating that on Friday at 12 noon, the trailer will be moved off the property. Understood?
Yes,
Your counterclaim is dismissed because there has to be an agreement for storage.
Tona Showalter, parties have been sworn in. Your Honor, you may be seated.
All right, here's another one of those convoluted cases where I need a road map just to get through the papers. Let me see if I've managed to, at least in some small measure, dissect it. You and your fiancé worked for this gentleman,
Yes, Your Honor.
whose name is?
Gary Toner, Your Honor.
He also worked for him.
Yes, Your Honor.
He had a car that he wanted to sell. You agreed to buy the car.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is your story. You made payments on the car.
Yes, Your Honor.
You repaired the car.
Yes,
He
Your
gave
Honor.
you the title to the car.
Yes.
Gave you the registration to the car.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then one day, your fiancé, who was using the car to make pizza deliveries, because that's what Mr. Toner does, he's in the pizza business.
Yes, Your Honor.
He got robbed
Yes.
at gunpoint.
Yes, Your Honor.
After making a whole bunch of deliveries, he had about $800 with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Toner didn't believe that Mr. Green got robbed.
Yes, Your Honor.
So they came and took your car.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you want your car back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Showalter, he says, I never sold him my car. He says, Mr. Toner and I let Mr. Green use the car, sort of like a rental, for work and for pleasure and to make our pizza deliveries. And when he got robbed, we took the car back because we figured he wasn't going to be working for us anymore, so they took it back.
Yes, ma'am.
You got this so far?
I'm trying to keep up.
Try to keep up. Try to keep up. And Mr. Toner has a cross complaint. He says he wants the money back that Mr. Green stole because he didn't get robbed. He stole the money and also a cell phone that was the business cell phone that you allegedly have. That's your counterclaim.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. When did you purchase this car, Miss Mitchell?
I purchased the vehicle in September of 2004.
For how much?
The total was $1,670, Your Honor.
How did you pay for it?
Mr. Toner, seeing I was an employee of his, a full-time employee, he deducted $200 from my weekly wages, which was every Tuesday. I have a record here of every week that my money was taken out of my check. Thank you. The top page is the original, then I rewrote it just so you would understand it better.
Well, this says cash payment.
Your Honor, it was off the books. While I was with Mr. Toner for 3 years, I was paid off the books. That's just how things were done.
It's not totally true, Your Honor.
It's not what?
Not totally true, Your Honor.
It's enough true so that the IRS is going to be interested in this case. Everybody perk up. Perk up, perk up. Off this. You know something? If I keep going along like this, Bert, I'm going to balance the budget. How many months did you have the car?
I purchased the car September 2004, and the last time I seen the vehicle was January 1st of 2005, New Year's Eve.
I would like to see when you purchased the car from Mr. Showalter. So I don't know why you were paying Mr. Toner.
May I say something, please?
Yeah.
I never purchased the vehicle from Mr. Showalter. Mr. Toner bought the vehicle at the city public auction and sold it to me because I was an employee.
So Mr. Toner, it was Mr. Toner's car?
Yes, ma'am. He purchased it at the auction.
Let me see the paperwork he gave you in either September or later.
Mr. Toner never gave me the paperwork. I was given a title in September by Mr. Showalter.
Well, let me see it.
They have the title. They did a duplicate of it and stopped the title at the DMV, ma'am.
Well, I want to see what paperwork you have that is evidence of this,
okay. As far as my
sale.
receipts and all, I don't have a bill of sales. Mr. Toner never gave me a bill of sales, Your Honor. The proof I have are all the receipts for the 93 Intrepid. It's stated on all these receipts.
Let me see.
Also, I have the police report, Your Honor.
Just a second, just a second, just a second. So I have parts for the car.
There's also a receipt in there, Your Honor.
And then you had the windows tinted? Brake pads. Well, why would they make all these repairs on a car that they didn't own?
The arrangement that apparently they had with Mr. Showalter was they would maintain the vehicle. He's using it, making a lot of money with it, and he'd maintain the vehicle.
Well, didn't he work for you?
Yes.
You paid him?
Yes.
How much?
Oh, God, depending on how many deliveries he took, maybe $100 a day.
I thought the car didn't belong to Mr. Showalter. I thought the car belonged to you.
No, I purchased the vehicle from an auction, and I then sold it to Mr. Showalter.
Can I see the title to the car, please? You say in your complaint, madam, that Mr. Showalter gave you the title to the car, signed it, and sent it to the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Tim signed it, and yes, we did send it to DMV.
Why didn't you get a copy of that? Where is it?
It never came back in the mail, Your Honor, and I do have Mr. Showalter on tape stating that they pulled a flim-flam on us, that they...
Oh, well, I'd love to hear that he pulled a flim-flam.
May I play it?
Sure.
Legit. Okay? Gary went behind my back and ordered a new title.
All right, he told me that you did all of that.
He ordered the new title, had it sent in. Okay? Told me he was going to take the car on you. I said, I don't want no part of it because me and you were down.
Oh, no, but he the one said that you the one planned everything. Had the car moved, took it off the lot.
Why would I take the car from you? I didn't care. If you got robbed or anything from the pizzeria, why would I care? Why would I take was going to get another title? He said he ordered a title. He was going to take your car. I said, Gary, you can't. Everything's in my name. He goes, I got ways to do everything.
Yeah, and I know because the car was paid in full, you know what I'm saying?
Just a second. Explain yourself.
I told her whatever she wanted to hear. I'm tired of conflicts.
No, listen. No. You hear the groans out there? They're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to do that.
I told her whatever she wanted to hear. Every time she calls me, I go into her place of business. She threatens me just to get her off my back. So I told her what she wanted to hear.
Listen to me. Not only is he going to get into trouble with the IRS for paying people off the books, but you're going to get into trouble for lying to me.
I'm not lying, Your Honor.
Sure you are.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What does that mean if you still have any money outstanding?
Paying for the car. He was behind insurance at that point by 1 month.
You know that you thought of that very, very fast, sir, but you
No,
already
sir.
put
No,
but
no,
you
no,
already
Your Honor, that's
but you
true.
already put your foot in your mouth.
And later today,
her boyfriend had called and threatened my life and threatened my family's
This
life.
boyfriend?
I don't know who it is. I've never seen him.
This is probably the boyfriend. You the boyfriend?
Just a friend.
Just a friend.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sharice Mitchell and her boyfriend Timothy Green II claim their former employer, Gary Toner, and his friend David Showalter Jr. hope for the return of a '93 Dodge Intrepid. Gary says he fired Timothy because he faked a robbery.
You had a conversation with him, and you pretty much apologized to him because your boss did the wrong thing.
No, I did order another title because I was afraid I'd get screwed over.
I was never getting my money on time for anything. I was tired of...
What does that mean, you weren't getting your money on time? What does that mean, Mr. Showalter?
We had an arrangement. I was supposed to have the money on the 1st. I was never
Just a second. You weren't getting your money on time for what?
The payments for the insurance and the car payment for renting it.
Not renting it. That's not what you said. That's not what you said. You said, I was afraid I was going to not get my money on time. I was afraid I was going to get screwed.
Can I explain how this unfolded?
Do I need to hear it?
Yes.
No, I don't need to hear it. I think that what you did was you think that he planned a robbery, concocted a story about a robbery to steal the money that he collected for pizza deliveries on December 31st.
That's right.
And you knew you weren't going to get your money back. You knew you weren't going to get your money from him because you really had no way of proving that he staged this robbery.
He agreed to pay it back.
Before or after you took his car?
After the car was removed.
And that's how it unfolded. So you took his car, and it was his car. Now we're going to get to your counterclaim. Tell me about... He says he was robbed at gunpoint after he made a day's worth of deliveries. You say you don't believe that the way things unfolded, you think he did it. Now, the only thing I'm interested in is you say he promised to pay you back. Tell me about that.
He had agreed to pay back the...
Tell me where it happened, when it happened, and what the discussion was.
It happened on the 31st, December, New Year's Eve. And I received a call at my house, probably midnight or so, saying that the store manager called me and said that he was robbed. And I said to the store manager, well, I had checked with you through the evening, and you had said he had made drops periodically. And how is it he was robbed for the figure he then told me, $880? That's impossible. And I said, okay, I'm coming in. I'm on the way in. En route, I then called Mr. Showalter and said, I think T's pulling something here.
Go grab the car.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what your situation is with the
absolutely.
vehicle.
You can't do that. It's his car.
No, it's Mr. Showalter's car, Your Honor.
No.
Okay.
No.
So on the way
That's
in-
what we're here to determine, sir.
Okay.
And I'm telling you right now, after I heard that tape, I have determined it's her car.
Okay. So then on the way in...
You took it as hostage.
No, that's not true, Your Honor.
Sure. Well, but what prompted you to take the car at that point, sir?
Oh, I didn't take the car. I simply mentioned to Dave, if you still have money outstanding, you might want to consider taking back your vehicle. Because Steve's
What
probably
does
going
that
to lose
mean?
his job.
Just a second. What does that mean if you still have any money outstanding?
Paying for the car. He was behind insurance at that point by 1 month.
You know that you thought of that very, very fast, sir. But you
No,
already
sir.
put,
No,
but
no,
you
no,
already,
Your Honor, that's
but
the
you
truth.
already put your foot in your mouth. If they're behind at all in the car, you better go get it. Go ahead.
So I came in. I picked up T, who was at the restaurant. We then drove to the location.
Would you please just tell me when he told you he would pay you back?
It was right then, that night.
Well, tell me about the discussion about I'm going to do...
Drove to the location, realized it was nowhere near his delivery route. It was the last run of the evening. The last delivery of the last run didn't add up. He's in a very bad part of town. I said, what are you doing way over here? He said, well, I'm going to get gas. I said, well, there's stations en route to here. He said, well, they were busy. I said, well, what happened? Why'd you get out of the car with all this money in your pocket? He said, people threw eggs at my car and I went out to fight them.
Yeah, and?
Yeah. So I told him, it doesn't make sense. We got back to the pizzeria. At that point, David Showalter had removed his car. And T said, where's the car? And I said, the car is removed. And you're fired because I don't believe you.
Okay.
So then a conversation unfolded in the back room where he said, I'm sorry, I'll pay you back. I said, why don't you just tell me the truth? Just tell me you staged it. Tell me you pocketed the money. Because I've had problems with T.
Just a second. So what did he say?
He'd pay back the money.
Is that what you told him?
No.
What did you tell him?
He said I wasn't going to get the car back unless I pay back the money. I ended up working 2 days for free.
It's not true, Your Honor.
Did you say to him at that point in the back room, all right, I'll pay you back the money?
Yes, because he told me I couldn't get the car back unless I paid back the
not
money.
true, Your Honor.
I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. Don't believe you? Don't believe you. Okay. Where's the car now?
Do not know, Your Honor. It was robbed. Have the police report?
Let me see it, please. Did they ever recover it?
Not yet, Your Honor.
I don't like a bunch of fibbers. I think there's a little bit of truth to what you say. I think that they probably didn't fully pay you for the car at the time that the car was taken. I don't know whether you were robbed or not, but I certainly...
Excuse me, I do have a police report for the robbery, Your Honor.
It's okay. Did they find anybody?
No, Your Honor.
It just is his statement that he was robbed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
It also made the newspaper. It's crime infested there, where the pizzeria is. So.
And it's also more
Listen,
on the tape.
Mr. Toner is skeptical about people telling him the truth. He's skeptical about people being shortcut artists, right?
Absolutely. There's a bit of history as well with T.
Well, are you a shortcut artist, Mr. Toner?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sharice Mitchell and her boyfriend Timothy Green II claim their former employer, Gary Toner, and his friend David Showalter Jr. hope for the return of a '93 Dodge Intrepid. Gary says he fired Timothy because he faked a robbery.
All I want to know about is the cell phone. Where is the cell phone?
I have the receipt here. It's, I believe it to be still in Timothy's possession.
No, I don't have it. I gave it back.
To whom?
To who'd you give it to?
Back to the
Don't
pizzeria.
speak to him. Who'd you give it to?
Back to the store manager.
Who was that?
That would be Ricky.
When did you give it back to Ricky?
2 weeks. 2 weeks later, after my phone had got turned back on, because I was keeping in contact with him about the car.
About what? Getting the car back?
That I was gonna get the car back. Now the car ended up getting stolen. I even got more on the tape.
Got it. Okay, counterclaim is dismissed. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Some people say I was robbed. I could say go down the street, throw money out of my pocket, say I got robbed.
Pizzeria's been robbed 4 times within the last month.
Drivers have $20 in their pocket in singles. If they're robbed, you throw the money and you go the other way.
I never heard of nothing like that.
Customers had called and said that he came to the door smelling like marijuana.
Me and the manager, the other manager was jive smoking, you know what I mean?
I'm just grateful that the judge seen that I was telling this truth and seen right through Mr. Toner, Mr. Showalter.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Lay versus Costa. Step forward.
20-year-old sales rep Jason Lay is suing his former co-worker, homemaker Sandra Costa, for stopping payment on a car he sold her. Sandra says the vehicle broke down the day after she bought it.
How old are you, Miss Costa?
31.
Married or single?
Single.
You have children?
Yes.
How many?
4.
How do you support them?
I've been getting jobs. I just had my last baby not too long ago, in last April, and I was just starting to get back on the roll of getting back to work.
Does the father of these children live with you?
No, he doesn't. Actually, he just passed away in November.
Did any of the children get death benefits?
They will be.
You've had cars before?
Yes.
You bought used cars before?
Yes.
Okay. This is what this case is about. Mr. Lay sold you a used car for $500.
Right.
And it broke down either on the way home or the next day.
Right.
Was it on the way home or the next day?
It was the very next day.
But you drove the car from his house to your house?
Yes.
How many miles was that?
Give or take about 50 or 60 miles.
Broke down. And then you stopped payment on the check?
After 4 days after he had said he would be there.
And you want your money?
Yes, ma'am.
How long had you had the car?
About a month and a half before I sold it to her.
Who did you buy it from?
I bought it from a friend of mine.
For how much?
$350.
Did you do anything to the car?
Yes, when I got it, it wasn't running, so I put some spark plugs, wires, that kind of thing, just made it to where it was running pretty good. And I'd actually planned on keeping it. When she was working with me, she told me that she needed a car pretty bad, so I decided to sell it to her.
Okay. Ms. Costa, you can't stop payment on the check.
Your Honor, he never gave me a bill of sale, a receipt, or a title for the vehicle.
So what? Listen, you can't make up excuses, Ms. Costa. Buying a used car from someone privately is always a risk. Always. Buying a car from somebody for $500 is a very big risk. And in this country, we have the words, they're in Latin. I'll tell you what they are. It's called caveat emptor, and it means let the buyer beware. When you buy a used car from somebody for $500, you don't expect it to keep running. If it does, you've really prayed good. You owe them $500. All the rest of the stuff that you want, you can't get. Your aggravation, your lost wages,
Well, Your Honor, it was
punitive
more,
damages, harassment.
it was more the harassment charge because of the tape that I have right here. Her boyfriend had called after this incident had happened and had threatened my life, had threatened my family's life.
This boyfriend?
I don't know who it is. I've never seen him. I've only heard him on my voicemail. He had called up me a voicemail threatening me and my family's life, and I was very threatened of it.
But not her.
Well,
She didn't call.
it was her and her boyfriend that was there. He even says on the
Listen
tape.
to me. Listen to me. This is probably the boyfriend. You the boyfriend?
Just a friend.
Just a friend. Are you the friend that went and picked her up and got the car?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You're the friend?
Yes.
You mean she has a boyfriend other than you?
She don't have a boyfriend.
Then it must be you.
No, she has a friend.
judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's all.
Thank you,
Versus Wilson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Ms. Carver, the defendant is your sister.
Yes.
You were incarcerated.
Yes.
For how long?
Probably a year and a half.
And then you were released to a halfway house.
Yes.
From what I gather, you and your sister had been sort of estranged for a while you were in jail, and you discussed with your sister moving to Colorado, her moving to Colorado, and getting an apartment or a house together and sort of building a life together.
Yes.
And she did. She relocated. You were in the halfway house. You found an apartment together, signed a lease together. And then something happened and you were not released from the halfway house.
Correct.
You believe it was something that your sister had told your probation officer, but in any event, your sister, you say, forced you to pay.
Yes, she did.
Your half of the lease.
Yes.
Even though you weren't living there.
Right.
And that's what your lawsuit is about.
Yes, it is.
Explain to me how that's her fault.
When this started out in June of 2000, we discussed the move with her coming to Colorado. And I paid the money for the house. And she came shortly after. I had like one weekend there with her, 4 hours each day. And
you were allowed out of the halfway house 4 hours a day?
And that particular weekend, we had an argument, and I told her she was not going to be able to smoke her marijuana because I was on provisions that where I could not be around drugs at all because my problems were drug-related in the past. And it seemed to be a big effect. She said no, she wasn't going to quit it. She'll smoke out in the yard. Well, it wasn't soon after that that my case manager called me into his office and told me that he was going to cancel the whole thing and that I would not be able to get out of the halfway house for a time. He didn't tell me how much time, but I had to stay at the halfway house and I could not get out. So I was crying and very upset, and I said, well, okay, then I can't get out. There's nothing I can do. Can you get a roommate? And she said, yeah, sure, I'll get a roommate. And then shortly after that, my case manager called me in again and told me that I had to pay half of the rent. And I called her back and asked her, why? Why is this? I thought she was going to get a roommate. She told me she would, and she wouldn't even talk. She was just really nasty to me on the phone. And I do have proof here that I did pay the rent, and I also have proof that I was not liable for the lease because the lease wasn't even an issue whenever I rented the house. There was no lease on the house, but she insisted to the landlord to make up a lease because she needed it for housing authorities to help her pay her rent.
How much did you pay altogether?
I paid like $2,400 altogether. I paid the initial $1,600 and another $16, so $32.
$1,600 was what? Was
the original. That was the first payment on the house, which was first in security. I've got that receipt here. Then I've got 4 more receipts for 4 more months of half of the $800 month rent, which is $400 each month.
All right, Miss Wilson. I want you to tell me only what happened as a result of your sister telling you she could no longer come to live with you because she wasn't going to be released. So that was beyond her control.
Well, I've got emails that shows our correspondence, and she told me that I told her she needed to find me a roommate if she couldn't live with me, and I gave her the...
She doesn't have to find you a roommate. Why couldn't you find your own roommate? Why wouldn't you want to find your own roommate?
Well, because I had health problems, and it was very complicated. Also, we mentioned the... and I did smoke pot at the time. I do no longer do that. That was stupid, and I don't want to be a bad influence on my daughter.
So, who else lives in the house?
Just me and my daughter. My son was there at the time.
And how old is your son?
My son is now 17.
So that there were 3 of you and 1 of your sister.
Right.
Why should she pay half the rent if she's only 1 person?
Because she agreed to. When I came out, we had a limited amount that we were living on, $512 a month. And I told her this is what I could afford to pay every month. She could have found a cheaper place. I couldn't even get housing authority to okay this house because it was so bad. The floors were caving through. There was cracks in the wall. I fell through the steps and hurt myself. I couldn't get housing to okay it. So I got out as soon as I could, which was in December. She paid for 4 months, which is $400 each month, which is $1,600.
But what about the $1,600 security?
I paid. I've got the receipts. I paid my half.
And how much was your half?
My half, there was $800 security. I paid $400. And $400 for the first. So it was the first and last.
Okay.
And I paid the deposit myself. She didn't pay any of the deposit.
I've got a receipt that I paid the first and last right here
right.
from the landlord.
And I've got a receipt that shows I paid her back for my half.
Okay. I have this and this from the landlord.
And I've got the lease in her name that she signed before I got here.
What efforts did you make to find a roommate?
To be honest, I didn't because the house was so run down. And
But you did not?
I didn't.
Okay, can I see the receipt that you gave her for the $800?
It's all stapled in a pile, and I got the emails too, and I highlighted the parts that I was talking about. And they turned her down to get out because they told me she was a flight risk, because I called them myself.
That's not true.
She wasn't released.
That's correct.
So there was an impossibility of performance of her for the contract.
The whole deal with her was to get a place that housing would okay so that I could get their help, and they would not help me with this house. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made her liable if I could have gotten
Do you have
help.
anything from housing that says that the house was inappropriate?
No, because they gave me, it says that the windows have to be secure, that you have to have fire alarms, that the floors have to be...
Because the landlord suggests that you lost your security deposit because the house was left a wreck.
Yes.
No, I cleaned the house.
No, the landlord suggests that you lost your security deposit, and I assume you didn't sue the landlord for your security deposit back.
Yeah, I'd only paid $200, so no, I didn't.
You only paid $200?
Yes.
I paid $800.
Well, she paid $800.
No, we paid first and last. That wasn't a security. I mean, he might have worded it that way, but when I gave him notice, he used that last $800 for my last month's rent.
I understand that. He may have used it, but that was her money.
Well, yeah, it was half her money.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Terry Carver says her sister Julia Wilson owes for the return of rent. Julia is countersuing, claiming Terry used her identity when she was arrested for possession of crack.
All right, let's get to your counterclaim, Ms. Wilson, which I assume you want to pursue.
Yes, ma'am.
Your lawsuit suggests that your sister, in 1997, when she was arrested, used your name and identification. Tell me what happened.
She was arrested in 1998. I didn't find out about it until a year ago when I registered to vote. They said that I was a felon, that I couldn't vote. And she's got, that's me, Julia Pendleton, that's my maiden name, and this is my sister. And she was arrested for crack and possession of paraphernalia. And she had a broken jaw, so I hit her with a 2x4 or something. And so due to this, I couldn't vote at first. I had to carry around this from the Tampa Police Department saying that there's no warrant out for me, and I've never been arrested, and I've never been fingerprinted, and it was humiliating and degrading, and it's still, Julia Pendleton will always be her alias.
You have
always.
been arrested.
Never.
Well,
Yes,
she's
you
been
have.
arrested before. Ms. Carver, did you, in fact, use your sister's identity?
Yes, I did. In 1997, I did. And I spoke with her about it, and I confessed to her about it. And
When?
When I found out about it.
1998.
A year later?
Yes, and we did discuss this, and I told her, and I have felt very bad about this whole thing. I know it was wrong, and yes, I was on drugs, and I did a lot of crazy things. I have a nasty past. But she said that she understood why I did it. She said that she loved me, and she forgave me. And now all of a sudden, it's all back up. It's like, you know, my past is being thrown in my face. This is 3 years I've worked hard to change my life. And it's like it's constantly, every time she gets mad at me, she throws this up and shows me that nasty picture.
You sued me.
I'm sorry, but I just can't deal with it. And, you know, I want to get this over with because I have a nasty past, and I'm sorry.
Well,
But she forgave me, I thought.
3 warrants out for her from Florida right now. And there's a warrant out for her in Tampa. So that's 4 warrants from Florida, active warrants on for her arrest.
If they were active, I wouldn't be here right now.
I can give you the VOP numbers right here.
Like to see them?
And I only found out about it when I voted. It's in that packet where it shows that and she said she'd take care of it. I'd given her a year and a half to take care of it, and she hasn't made one phone call to get it taken care of.
What are the warrants for?
Violation of probation for grand theft and also possession of crack and bad check ring.
You know about these warrants?
Yes, yes, I do. And the grand theft was taken care of years ago. That one was from like 1992.
And the others?
The others were taken care of. The violation of probation was still active as far as I knew, but then my parole officer now said that there was nothing on the NCIC against me right now. Otherwise, they would not have allowed me to come here today.
No, they just wouldn't have extradited you because you're not worth it.
Ms. Carver, you don't mind if Officer Byrd gets in touch with your probation officer
Not at
to
all.
make sure that these warrants are still not outstanding, so I'm going to ask you to wait when court is over.
Yes, ma'am.
You give the probation officer, I'm sure he has the number, a call and ask if any of these warrants are still extant.
Sure thing, Judge.
Ms. Carver, my initial order was going to be in your favor for $1,200 for the rent that you paid. But the fact that you were arrested and used her identification without her permission, even though she forgave you,
right?
She may have forgiven you until you filed a lawsuit against her.
Right.
And now she said, well, Now that you filed a lawsuit against me, I want to be compensated for the embarrassment, the humiliation that went along with this identity theft, which is really what it was.
Yes, ma'am.
You had forgiven your sister.
Yes.
Okay. Until this lawsuit.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're even. Who are you living with?
Myself.
Good luck. Check with Bird. That's
Thank
all.
you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it's fair because I know what I did to her was wrong. I don't hold it against her. I worked really hard for 3 years to straighten out my life, and I just wish it was not there to haunt me.
I hope she gets her life on track and does good.
We called your probation officer and everything is fine. Okay, so
Thank
you're free to
you.
go.
Thank
God
you
bless
very much.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Warren versus Quintel. Step forward, please.
26-year-old customer service rep Lakeisha Warren is suing her former friend, 28-year-old maintenance worker Andrew Quintel, and his mother Joan Quintel. Lakeisha says Andrew owes for unpaid loans and for kicking her car. Andrew has a countersuit for harassment.
Miss Warren, Mr. Quintel was your boyfriend for a while. According to your complaint, you made a series of loans to him.
Well, no, we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, but I did make a series of loans to him.
He was a friend of yours?
Yes.
And in addition, at one point you say that out of anger and rage when you refused to loan him your car, he kicked it, causing some damage.
That's correct.
Why don't you have a seat?
Thank you.
All right, when was the first loan that you made to him?
12/27 of 99.
And how long had you known him before December of 1999?
About 4 years.
And tell me about how he approached you with regard to this money.
Well, his job is like temporary, seasonal, so he didn't have any money. And since I worked full time, then he asked me, could he get a loan?
You have a canceled check?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it, please?
I actually have 3 of them and 1 more.
So you have 4 checks?
That's correct.
Okay. The first check that you have is $19.99 for $200, and you made this check payable to his mother.
Yes.
Why?
Because he didn't have a banking account to cash the check.
Then I see checks in the year 2000. So after he didn't pay you back the December loan, you gave him more money in February of 2000.
Yes.
Then there's another check here in April of 2001 for $1,500.
Yes.
Well, tell me about that one. That's made out to cash.
I went to the bank and cashed the check in the pretense that he would pay me back on his next work day, which was the 10th.
In April of 2001, did you take a $1,500 cash loan from the plaintiff?
No, ma'am.
You know anything about $1,500?
No, ma'am. That's new to me.
Well, let's get back to the $280. $280 that's owed for a couple of years now. She gave you this money. This is clear. These checks were written out to your mother. Were these loans for you?
Well, ma'am, me and Miss Warren, we were friends for a while, so I mean...
Could you answer my question?
Huh. Yeah, that wasn't a loan.
What was it?
I can't exactly remember. It's been more than a couple of times that she's given me money or I've given her money. It's been over 6-7 year friendship, so I mean...
Okay, let me hear about the car.
It was kicked on the right side and the passenger side. He tried to let the air out of the tires, too, because his friend had dropped him off.
Tell me about that incident in February of 2000.
I was at work. I was working 6:30 to 2:30. He came because he wanted to use the car to, I guess, to run some errands. I told him no. He tried to let the air out of the car. He kicked the car so hard the rubber fell off.
Now, after this incident, according to your paperwork, you gave him $1,500 in cash.
That's correct.
Why would you do that?
Stupid.
You have a counterclaim for harassment.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to tell me what that's about.
Basically, I tried to end our friendship.
Why is that?
Oh, because I got a new girlfriend.
What do you mean a new girlfriend? I thought the plaintiff wasn't your girlfriend.
She wasn't
Why
my
not?
girlfriend.
So?
But
So you got a
she was
girlfriend?
friend of mine. Yeah, I got a girlfriend.
And?
So the friendship started to deteriorate, meaning less and less time speaking and talking and being friends, and then nothing at all. And when this came about, there was numerous, phone calls and stuff to my mother's house when I was staying there at times, of hanging up in all hours of the night and during the day.
Well, why didn't he just leave me alone then? How can you stalk someone if they... Okay.
If you tried to stop it, why did you still continue to take money from her?
We were still friends, I
What's
would
his
try
definition?
to stop it.
I don't want...
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, we were friends, and it would stop for a while, and then it would go on again for a while.
He's confused.
I'm confused.
Well, basically,
Quite
ma'am,
frankly,
basically what it is
Basically, we
were
slept together, and that was it. That's it.
Shh, quiet.
Well, by her saying that, then you know why a lot of this stuff was going on then when I decided not to deal with her.
If you interrupt again, aside from the fact that you haven't proven your case, I'm going to throw you out. Do you understand?
Okay, go ahead.
Good. I have some advice for you and for your mother. Change your phone number and unlist it. And if she's being a nut, then you might just have to do that.
I would like to say I'm not calling those people.
I think that you... just listen to me, Miss Warren. I believe that you're calling.
No, because someone's calling my house at all hours of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning,
I think that's probably... Maybe his girlfriend is doing that. Are you telling me that you did not call more than 2 or 3 times a day, ever?
No.
Do you have any proof, Mr. Quintel or Mrs. Quintel, that the plaintiff called your home or place of business in the last 6 months? Because she says she has not. You have proof?
I have got...
No, she just has times and dates
I have the times and dates that she has called.
No, something from the phone company.
They don't have it.
So you don't have any proof?
No, it's my...
Okay. So far, Mr. Quintel, based upon the evidence that I've heard, you owe the plaintiff $30. That's all she can prove. The other checks have no indication as to what... I'm speaking.
What about his harassment?
I've dealt with his harassment. I think, Miss Warren, that you have to get over it.
I am over it.
Good. Very good. Your case is dismissed with the exception of $30, which you have, in fact, proven. And with regard to your harassment, you have no proof of harassment.
Well, that's because they don't let incoming calls.
What do you want me to do about that, sir? Proof is what you need in court. And I suggest that if a relationship, a friendship, an intimacy is over, you move on with it, both of you. Yeah. And the problem is, if you did, in fact, take this money from her, and I'm not sure whether you did or whether you didn't, but that is, of course, a possibility, she would be doubly angry if you dumped her for somebody else. We understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So maybe if you did, in fact, take money from her that you did not return, and if you want this harassment to stop, maybe you should give her back the money. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you don't, she just may continue to make your life miserable. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Goodbye.
Lane, parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Martinico, you claim a loan to the defendant in the amount of $1,500. The defendant acknowledges that you gave her $1,500, but she said it was a gift, and you're becoming a pain. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me how you know her and how it came about that you gave her this money.
Okay, Your Honor, I've known Wendy Lane for approximately 2 years through the restaurants that she worked at. She worked at 3 different restaurants. I met her at the one in Warren originally.
So you were a customer?
Yes, and then we became friends, and she started coming over, and I've seen her a few times.
Coming over where?
My house.
Okay. When did she start to come over to your house?
I would say in February.
February of this year?
Of 2001.
We're in 2002 now, sir.
I'm a little nervous. 2002, yes.
Okay.
2002.
And when did you give her the money?
In February.
Tell me the circumstances, sir, of you giving her the money.
Okay, she said she had to move out of her mother's house, that her mother was putting locks on the doors, and she had to get out that night. And she wanted to get her own place, needed a down payment, $1,500.
Where was she and where were you when she told you that, sir?
She was in the restaurant. Then she came over to my house, and I tried to avoid her that day. I went riding around for an hour and a half, and she said she waited in my driveway for an hour and a half because I didn't want to give her that money, loan her that money. That was a lot of money to loan. And I didn't really believe her. But, you know, I had the feelings for her, and I have the proof that I withdrew $1,500.
She doesn't say that you didn't give her the money, sir. That's not her defense.
It was a loan.
Well, do you have any proof that it was a loan?
Just that I took the money out.
Well, we know that you took the money out because she acknowledges that she received it. So you're telling me that she was waiting for you in the driveway?
Yeah, I was trying to avoid her so I wouldn't be the nice guy and give her the money, you know, loan her the money.
Then you went home and found her in your driveway?
Yes.
And what happened next?
She came in and we talked and I loaned her the money and she said she would pay me back weekly.
Just a minute. So you had gone to the bank before you came home?
No, I had got this money like a week or so before I even loaned her the money.
So you were prepared. You had this $1,500 prepared to give to her.
To loan her.
Listen to me. You had this $1,500 prepared to give to her at least a week in advance.
Yeah, because she had asked me.
Listen, sir, you really can't think that fast. You understand? I know you think you can, but you can't. So you already had the amount of money that she requested a week in advance of her coming to your house, according to you, and waiting for you in the driveway.
Right, because she had been asking me.
I understand. And you had it all ready. So according to you, you weren't sure whether you wanted to do it because it was a lot of money.
Right.
Right. Now I got it. Okay. So you gave her the $1,500 when it was at your house. Is that what you're saying?
I ended up loaning it to her, yes.
Listen to my question. At your house, you gave her the $1,500.
Yes.
Did you see her after you gave her the money?
No, she told me she would call me that night and let me know where she moved. I never heard anything, so I got suspicious and, thinking, okay, she just used me, which I had the suspicions because I had given her gifts before, but this was a loan. And she said she would call me, let me know where she moved, so she never did. So I went up to the restaurant where she worked at that time, and she told me she didn't want to see me anymore and she didn't owe me anything. And I gave her a videotape back that she had gave me.
Excuse me, Your Honor, that is not true.
You'll get your turn in a minute.
And that was that. Never heard from her. Then I asked her, did you move out of your mother's house? She said no.
Okay.
That was the idea of getting the loan.
What was the repayment arrangement that you made with her?
She said she'd pay me $20 a week, whatever she could pay me weekly. And like I said, I never heard anything.
All right, Miss Lane, it's your turn.
I've been waitressing since I was 14 years old. I'm 23 now. About 6 years ago, I met him. He was a regular in our restaurant. He had an elderly friend that used to come in with him.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
I don't want to hear you interrupt her.
He would have decaf coffee, and his elderly friend.
Can we get there, please?
Sure, I would have his table set up for him.
Can we get there, please?
He given me gifts, 2 necklaces, teddy bears, candy, every time he seen me in the restaurant. Okay. He would come and see me in the restaurant 3 times a day.
So you realized he was smitten with you?
Right.
For how long have you known that he was smitten with you?
Few years.
And when he gave you these gifts, necklaces, teddy bears, whatever, you thanked him?
Correct.
And you took them?
Correct.
Did it ever occur to you that that wasn't a smart thing to do?
I didn't want to feel as if I didn't want to be rude to him, you know what I mean?
All right. So you accepted the gifts?
Exactly.
Now let's get to the money.
I mentioned to him that I wanted to pay my car off, and I wanted to move out of my mother's house.
Where were you when you mentioned this to him?
All-American.
At a place where you worked?
Restaurant, yes.
Yes.
And a couple days later, he said that he would give me the money because he was a friend, and he needed a friend, I needed a friend, and he was going to help me out.
Mm-hmm.
He called me up and told me to come over and pick up the money, which I did come there, and I did receive the money. And he's told me to call him, and I said, okay, I will. 2 days later, he came into the restaurant, threw my video at me, made a big scene in my restaurant. My boss got very upset about that, and he said, well, where are you moving to? And I said, well, I was thinking about moving up north by my sister's house. He was all red in the face, big-eyed, like he was like on drugs or something. He got very upset about it and left. Which, mind you, he wanted a relationship with me, wanted me to move in with him.
Had he mentioned that to you before he gave you the money?
Yes.
He had?
He mentioned it to me quite a few times.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You try to do the right thing. Maybe you can change. If not, you'll grow up and you'll have the same kind of amoral adulthood as you have had as a teenager and young adult. And if you don't understand it, then you didn't raise her right. It's partially your fault.
And later today.
Look at me. I mean, you're making a whole big story. Did you sell the table for $100?
No.
How much did you get for the table?
Not anything. Nothing.
When you can't look at me in the eye and tell me the story, that means that you're lying.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 47-year-old Richard Martinico says former friend 23-year-old Wendy Lane refuses to pay back a loan. Wendy says Richard wants a relationship.
I am ready to make my decision. The legal decision, Miss Lane, is in your favor.
Okay.
But not the moral one. Is this person related to you?
This is my mother.
All right. I assume that your mother knows that you didn't do the right thing. Quiet. When a young woman knows that a man is acting like a jerk, she doesn't encourage him. So your baloney that you accepted the necklaces and the teddy bears and the other gifts because you didn't want to make him feel badly, you didn't want to be rude, is a lot of baloney. Do you understand me? To top that off, you were aware of the fact, according to you, that he wanted more of a relationship with you. According to you, he mentioned it to you several times, many times, at every place that you worked. So instead of maintaining a professional relationship with him, you took advantage of him by being an amoral young lady. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Put your hand down. Amoral. You didn't do the right thing. When somebody that you're not interested in at all shows you signs of affection or tries to buy your affection, the moral thing to do is to say, I'm really not interested. I think you're a very nice man, but I would prefer to stay with people my own age. I have a boyfriend. I'm not interested in you that way. And I certainly wouldn't take any money from you. You asked him for money. I've read your answer. You told him you needed money because you wanted to pay off your car and move away from your mother's house.
Correct.
That's not a business relationship. You got me?
Yes.
You try to do the right thing. You're still young enough. Maybe you can change. If not, you'll grow up and you'll have the same kind of amoral adulthood as you have had as a teenager and young adult. Amoral. And if you don't understand it, then you didn't raise her right. It's partially your fault. Your case is dismissed. You were an old fool. It cost you $1,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I told him I did not want no relationship with him. I was not looking for one.
There was a relationship.
I have a boyfriend that I've been with for 9 years of my life.
We were intimate.
Take a look at my daughter and take a look at that.
She did lead me on.
Why would there even be a relationship? He's kind of old.
I have a nice, very pretty 29-year-old girlfriend now. I have a picture of her in my pocket.
Why would he want to pursue a little girl?
I'm talking now, please.
You are sick.
I am not sick.
He needed a friend. I needed a friend. That's how it was.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Froberg versus Gatewood. Step forward, please.
Registered nurse Kathy Froberg is suing her ex-boyfriend, artist Silas Gatewood, for the return or the value of a kitchen table. Silas says the table was worth $20.
All right. The case is not a very difficult one, except for certain time frames, which I think will be dispositive of how this case goes. Ms. Froberg, the defendant was your boyfriend for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has some talent with regard to fixing things artistically. You had an old table, not worth very much.
No.
Small table, sat 4 people.
That's correct.
And the defendant, at some point in the relationship, said, I want to paint something on this table. I want to create a piece for you. And he took the table, and he did. Painted a scene on the table, and it took you quite some time to do that. Is that right?
That's right, correct.
And you brought the table back ultimately months later, and you liked the table, but you noticed that your artwork was not perfect. There were some bubbles in the finish. So you said, let me take it back, and I want to fix it up. Make it perfect for you.
Correct.
So far, correct? See how good you were in preparing the papers? He took the table back, and at some point, the two of you parted your ways. Now you want your table back. The defendant says you waited a very long time, and he ultimately gave the table away, or sold it. I don't know which one. Did you give it away or sell it?
Basically gave it away.
No. Mr. Gatewood.
Yeah.
Basically,
There was no money exchanged hands. I gave
did
it
you
away.
barter it for something else?
I regifted it.
What do you mean you regifted it? What does that mean?
Well, I gave it to a friend who ultimately said, where's this table going? I said, it's Kathy's table. She's not coming to get it. And he said, can I have it? And I jokingly said, she owes me there's a $100 discrepancy here. She's not coming forward with the $100. I said, you can pay me or give me a,
Look at me. I mean, you're making a whole big story. Did you sell the table for $100?
No.
Did you get $100 for the table?
No.
How much did you get for the table?
Not anything. Nothing.
Well, then where were we going with this $100?
And Your Honor...
Shut up, but just a minute. Mr. Gatewood, please. I have limited patience. Bird has less. When you can't look at me in the eye and tell me the story, that means that you're lying.
Okay.
Okay? So I want to know, regifted, she owed me $100. What was exchanged for the table?
Nothing.
So what were you starting to tell me the story about $100?
Basically, he was going to fix a window for me. That was basically a trade. I said, if I give you this table, could you fix a couple windows? And he agreed. So I got a window repair.
So you bartered?
Bartered, yes.
For the table?
Your Honor, may I speak?
Not yet.
Okay.
Now I want some dates from you, Ms. Froberg. In what month and year did you give the table to Mr. Gatewood to create this masterpiece?
In the year 2001, in June.
And when did he return the table to you?
August.
Is that correct so far, Mr. Gatewood?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how long did you keep the table in your house before you took it back to fix the bubbles?
About a month.
So far, correct. And when did you and the defendant part social company?
End of October of 01.
And when, for the first time, did you ask him for the table?
After we broke up finally. I asked him
Which
for the
was
table.
when?
I asked him in November of 01. And my mother asked him as well.
And what did he say?
He spoke with my mother. He returned my call and spoke with my mother in November and said that he had been offered $1,000 for the table.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kathy Froberg says ex-boyfriend Silas Gatewood refuses to return her kitchen table. Silas says after it sat in his house for 5 months, he bartered it.
Okay. Did you ever have a conversation with the plaintiff's mother.
Yes, I did.
Is this your mom?
This is my mother,
Could you
Doris.
step up here, please? What is your last name?
Voris.
Ms. Voris, you had a conversation with the defendant. Tell me about that conversation. He returned the call that your daughter had placed to him.
Yes.
You answered the phone.
Yes, and I asked him, since Thanksgiving was coming, if we could have the table back, since I was having a lot of company and I needed it as a work area in the kitchen. And he proceeded to tell me his complaints about Kathy and different things that had happened and gone on. And I said, well, you know, you have to take that up with Kathy, but in the meantime, I'd like to have the table back. We've got the 4 chairs sitting in the kitchen with no table in there.
It's a playground for the cats.
Okay.
So I listened for about 45 minutes, and there was one particular instance that he brought up, something about she borrowed money from him and never paid it back. And I said, well, you have to, again, take that up with her. I don't know anything about that. The only thing I know about is the table.
And he said?
He said, all right, I'll talk to Kathy. And we never got the table.
So that was the extent of the conversation?
On that date.
Did
But
you
I
ever
talked
have
to him.
another conversation with
Right.
him? When?
At about Christmas. I called again and said, please, you know. Kathy didn't want to talk to him because she said, I don't want to get aggravated during the holidays. And I said, well, I have no animosity toward him. I'll talk to him and ask him if we can't get this settled. At least be friends. They've been friends for 12 years, and all of a sudden now this is a no speaking situation. And so I called him again, and he told me that she really yelled at him after a certain episode that took place at their house, and that he had never been talked like that before in his life. And we never really discussed the table after my initially asking him for the table back. It always got back off onto Kathy. So we didn't get the table again.
Did you ever speak to him after that?
Yes. January and February.
Was the table the subject of those 2
Yes.
conversations?
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about those 2 conversations?
Just basically the same thing, and he would complain about Kathy again.
Okay. That's it? Thank you. When did you barter the table for the windows? In what month?
About a month and a half ago.
What month?
It was March.
Well, Mr. Gatewood, you explain to me why, after the plaintiff and or her mother discussed with you in October, November, December, January.
शहर के ऊपर धुआं सा था, मेरे अंदर तूफान सा था। तू हंसी और रात निकल गई, मेरा दिल वही सुनसान सा था। तेरे हाथ की मेहंदी में मैंने अपना कल देखा था। तूने बस एक बार मुड़ के देखा और मैंने साल भर रो दिया था। ना तू बेवफा लगी, ना मैं गलत लगा, बस हम दोनों के बीच में वक्त थोड़ा ज्यादा सख्त लगा। जकिया तू चली गई जैसे बारिश के बाद खुशबू चली जाती है। मैं रह गया उस मिट्टी की तरह जो सिर्फ तेरा इंतजार करती है। जकिया तेरे बिना ये कमरा भी मुझसे बात नहीं करता। मैं जिंदा तो हूँ लेकिन दिल रात नहीं करता, रात नहीं करता। तेरे शहर की सारी सड़कें मुझे अजनबी सी लगती हैं। जहाँ हम खड़े थे एक दिन अब वहाँ खामोशी रहती है। तूने कहा था कभी दूर मत जाना, और फिर एक दिन तू खुद सबसे दूर चली गई। कल मैंने चांद से पूछा क्या तुझे भी कोई छोड़ गया। चांद धीरे से हंस पड़ा, बोला हर रात कोई ना कोई टूट जाता है। जकिया अगर कभी तुझे मेरी याद आए तो उस छत पे लौट आना। मैं शायद वहाँ ना मिलूं पर मेरी आवाज जरूर मिलेगी। जकिया तू मेरी मोहब्बत नहीं, मेरी अधूरी दुआ थी जो कभी पूरी ना हुई, लेकिन कभी वैसे जब तू याद आवे से, मिट्टी रोवे से जब तू याद आवे से, भीगी रात में तेरा नाम धीरे धीरे गावे से मुंह, मिट्टी रोवे से जब तू याद आवे से, दिल का कोना गाम बन जावे से, तू दूर सही पर बात तेरी सांस के साथ निभावे से, शहर की रोशनी तेज बहुत पर मन में अंधेरा सा है, गान की गली मिट्टी की खुशबू सब कुछ तेरा चेहरा सा है, मिट्टी रोवे से जब तू याद आवे से, दिल का कोना गाम बन जावे से, तू दूर सही पर बात तेरी सांस के साथ निभावे से, छत पे चांद भी चुप बैठा, हवा भी धीमी चलती से, तेरी हंसी की एक झलक में मेरी दुनिया पलती से, ना शोर चाहिए ना नाम बड़ा, बस सच्चा सा एक गहरा प्यार, गाम की मिट्टी दोनों मेरे सबसे खास, मिट्टी रोवे से जब तू याद आवे से, दिल का कोना के दिल फिर चल जा से, मिट्टी रोवे से जब तू याद आवे से।